What a half of basketball it has been, boys. Already got two of y'all in here. Who's up? Who's here today? Three. What's up, Chase? Man, look, it's sloppy. It's sloppy. The game's not bad. The Magic are clearly not the superior team. We're just being sloppy. That's the worst part of it. But I mean, that's also a good thing because that just means, yes, that fall was crazy. And Will Hardy had every right to sit there and flip crap, even though it did end up in the tech. I could care less about that tech because he did what he was. If you're a coach and that's your star player and he hits the deck like that and the refs just sit there and stand, and the players froze for a second because they thought there was going to be a timeout or something. They thought there was going to be a whistle. So if everybody on the court freeze and the refs just stand there and then they play ball and dribble down the court, you darn right as a head coach you got to come down there and say something. Yeah, the second quarter was rough, straight hot dog water. 1,000%. 1,000%. Now, let's see here. Overall, the numbers do slightly lean our way. 48% from the field for us, 46 for them, 5 of 14 for 3 on our side, 6 of 17 on their side. Free throws not looking too great. Us 9 of 14, them 16 of 19. Bless you, thank you, welcome. They have 9 steals because of sloppy play. We only have 4 bench points. We got 17. They got 27. Largest lead both ways was 10 points. So, Dink, yeah, this game is very frustrating. Yeah, me and Chase were just having a lovely chat about that. He said Clarkson being a little choppy and too my boy, making me nervous when he has the ball. Yeah, I love the minutes that Chris Dunn played. He was very effective. Like he was giving us quality, nice and easy plays. Chris Dunn, I think I hate the fact that he's not shooting well from the field, right? Just in games in general. But what I do appreciate is whenever he's on the court, he's always looking to get somebody involved. And I think that's what really hurt us at that last part of the second quarter because there weren't people that were getting quality shots off. And that really made all the difference. That being said, goodness. Yeah. Yeah. THT's pissing me off. I'm not going to lie. And it's the same thing that it always is for him. This time, the zone defense. There was one time he overhelped so crazy that it actually didn't make sense because if memory serves me right, you had one Magic player on the left side of the court, low block. You had the wings filled, the one guy at the top of the key, and then you had one in the corner that THT was on. THT elects to overhelp when the ball gets swung to the man as the low man comes to the high post. He tags him. I understand tagging him, but he was over aggressive with it to the point where he was so far out of position. He just swung it as soon as the man in the middle caught it. He just kicks it over to his man, and then you have another guy wide open right next to him. You're having immediately. It is Lauri Markkanen, so he does have the length to do it, but you can't sit there and expect him every single time to overcompensate because THT just doesn't have the brain cells to competently make a rotation like that. Like he has to consciously understand that you can only over rotate, but so much. And every team's not going to be like the Grizzlies where they're going to take 10,000 threes and have a bad night and miss a bunch of them, right? Is this a Magic? Yes. Do we expect the Magic to be a playoff team? No. But the fact of the matter is the Magic are not a terrible team. If you want to give the game away, by all means, we're seeing it right here in front of our eyes. They'll gladly take it because they need as many W's as they can get. You know what I'm saying? I think you said you hope Larry comes out a little mad and aggressive. I hope that they all do because Lowry's the heart and soul of the team. So you can't sit there and let your heart and soul get torn out right there in front of you and nobody do anything. That's why I like me and Chase were talking about earlier. Like Will Hardy had every right to get that technical foul. Because if the star play, that'd be like if LeBron James fell out on the ground and laid there and he's rolling and everybody else on the court stops and looks at LeBron thinking the refs are going to blow a whistle and they don't blow a whistle. You know how wild that would be? It's just, I don't know. I mean, I do know, but still, I understand you can't call a dead ball like that just out of nowhere, but the weight with the impact that he hit the ground, something had to been done. And I thought that Clarkson actually tried to reach in on, was it Jalen Suggs? I think that actually advanced the ball after a certain point. I think he tried to get a quick reach and foul on him, and the refs didn't call that either. And I was just so confused. You say if we don't need them threes though, get frustrated, they don't shoot over threes. Yes. Yep. It's it's a lot. Somebody that's having a great game though, I have to shout him out. John Collins, 5 of 5 from the floor, 2 of 2 from the 3-point line, 3 of 4 from the free throw line, 6 boards. I mean, you can't really ask for much more of him. His rotation, he's not really much of a shot blocker, but there's been a couple times where his length just hasn't been enough to affect the cutters at the rim when they're going for their layups and just floaters. A little bit irritating, but yeah. Um, you said what you said, Chase. You said what happened to Colin? Yo, Colin Sexton after last game when he played so phenomenally, this game, it's not like he's regressed to the point where he's like completely mud again. But he's just making certain mistakes where it's like, bro, please don't start this again. Like you're literally begging, you're talking to the TV screen, begging him to stop. That being said, he did have finally that timely lob to, who was it? To Walker Kessler. Walker Kessler's killing me right now. On offense. Defensively, I think he has 5 blocks, low key. Let me see. Yeah, he's 1 of 5 from the field, but he also 1 of 5 from the field, 8 rebounds, 2 points, but 5 blocks. I love the blocks. So I know our defense is working when we get set, but you can't make boneheaded mistakes and just turn the ball over haphazardly on a consistent basis and expect the other team not to try and take advantage of it. The Magic can't really win against us when our defense is set, and they know that. So if you're going to turn the ball over, they're going to get out in transition. They're going to shoot their threes in transition. They're going to try and attack the basket any way they can before the Jazz get set. And that's the thing that makes this game so frustrating, because the Jazz should not be losing. That's some fact of the matter, because they are the better, they are the more well-rounded, more controlled, better coached team, and they're making mistakes that are costing them the game. Let's see. Dinky said I was happy to see Hardy get fired up. Yeah, I would have been fired up too. Man, my star player? My all-star from last year, the only one. No. Let's see. So the open threes he gives up makes me mad. The issue with the position that Colin Sexton is in, that the guards on the wing just both happen to be in, is they're put in a position where in the type of defensive set, it's kind of like a 3-2 in a way, just because of the way things are positioned. So the responsibility of the guard on the wing is to tag whoever goes to the free throw line. As soon as the ball gets there, you're supposed to tag him. And I understand that. Simple enough. The issue is when it happens to be Colin Sexton's man. Colin Sexton isn't going to overhelp as bad as THT is, because THT thinks he can recover. Colin Sexton knows he can't recover. So he's going to help a little bit, but he's going to come flying right back out the blocks. And worst case scenario, he's going to run the man off the line. Now, we haven't been punished too hard from them hitting threes on him, which I'm appreciative of, right? But is that still not, that's not the shot that you want your opponent to take. That's just not it. Orcus has 5 blocks. Make them get blocked. You said THT has so much potential on the defensive end, is height and long arms, but I think he focuses too much on offense. Yeah, and his offensive game. Well, he is 3 of 5 from the field today. 1 rebound, 3 assists, 1 steal, 1 block, 1 turnover, 1 foul. THT is just, he's a jack of all trades, man. But the one thing that kills me is his him in zone defense, not him in isolations. Him one-on-one, man-to-man, I have no issue with. But it's the zone looks that are really the most problematic for him. You said Walker is soft at the rim on offense. Undoubtedly. There was literally a good 3 of his misses should have been dunks, or at the very least dunk attempts. If you're Walker Kessler, you can't put yourself in a position to where you're costing your team 6 to 8 points at the rim. 6 to 8 points. If he misses 3 threes, and they're wide open, I can live with that because I want him to be willing to shoot a three. But if he's unwilling to shoot a three and he's missing at the rim, brother, you're 7 foot. You're a sophomore in the league. I understand you know, still trying to get back into the swing of things, but we need you. In order for this team to reach that next level, you have to not be perfect, but you have to be really darn good. And that's not what he's showing us right now. Defensively, yes, he's there. We criticized his defense last time. We said we were talking about how he is not getting blocks. He gave us 5 in the first half. You can't ask for much more than that, honestly. He's been moving his feet well. He hasn't been caught with his hands in the cookie jar. He's been keeping his arms straight up. Not a whole lot of overhand, you know, referenced simply by the fact that he only has 2 fouls. Kelly Olynyk's getting caught in bad positions. One of the fouls I really wouldn't have called. Third quarter starting right here. We just got to see better. We expect better and we need better. See, you can't get beat backdoor like that, Lowry. He's hot. Walker to somebody give him an open pass. All right, Collins making a decision. That's a bad offensive possession. That just is because there was no movement whatsoever. If somebody has to stop on a dime like that and pivot and they don't want that shot, there needs to be an immediately available opportunity to pass that ball, and there just wasn't. THT cannot pick up his dribble right there. I understand what he's trying to do, but can't pick up your dribble right there. Walker needs to be willing to shoot a jumper. Otherwise, he's just a waste of space right there. Thank you for capitalizing and hitting that 3, though. I love putting Paolo in a situation where he has to be the decision maker for his team. But the thing is, we have to capitalize on him being willing to do that. And Wagner is just murdering us right now. He's the best player on the Magic, not Paolo. THT at the top of the key. Lowry, does he have it? I'm wondering how hurt Lowry is from that fall. Now I know we're gonna act like he's not hurting him at all, but he's in pain. There's no way around it. I can't entertain the fact that his jumper has just not been affected by the fall. I hope that he gets out of it, of course. And I think all it takes is gonna be 1-3. If he hits one, he's good. This is not good. This is not good. Backcourt wise, let's get Chris Dunn Keontae in here. Let's get something fun. Something different. Something with some chemistry. You know? Maybe that's what we need. 1 or 2 from the free throw line. I'll take a good foul. Walker created a triple double with blocks. Low key. The likelihood of it though. Oh my goodness. THT lock. I'll take it. Goodness. Another big issue with THT. He sees the reads he needs to make, but he makes them too late. That's the part that's the most irritating. Alongside his own defense, of course. But good recovery right there. He fell out of bounds with the ball. Don't care. He stopped the possession. We'll take that. Clarkson, good decisions, please. Good decisions. Lowry for 3. No. Honestly, I don't like Lowry moving backwards. I like him moving left to right or right to left on a 3-pointer because he gets his feet set. I don't like him going backwards. Yo, John, don't get worked by him, please. Come on, John. Paolo's not better than you. Don't let him act like it, please. Hold yourself accountable, gang. You said Markkanen looked like in pain when he got hit right there. Yes. Again, yes. And I'm wondering where the actual bruise area, like where the area is where he's feeling the most significant pain, because it was not immediately disclosed. We just know, like when he hit the ground, it's like he got the wind knocked out of him, according to the announcers, right? I'm not liking this at all. Let it go. Yeah. I'm gonna be so pissed if we drop this easy one. There's no reason the Jazz should be go ahead. Okay. Emma. That's a 3 that Walker should be comfortable taking. Because if they're gonna give that to him with no contest whatsoever, I much prefer that 3 to that fadeaway that THT just took. Right? Because we're gonna miss anyways, at least miss a shot that's wide open. Good closeout though. On Walker's part. That's effort. THT reset for 3. Ah. That's a good shot. We just need to hit it. Joe Ingles, former Jazz. Yo, Mo Wagner is like cooking too crazy right now. Like actually insane. Like I knew he was the better player, but goodness gracious, it shouldn't be like this. Come on, give us one. There we go. Timely pass by THT. That's what we needed. Lowry not too strenuous on him to get airborne and get that dunk off. Didn't look like he was too pressed. We can't let him get that board. Okay, cool. I mean, he fumbled with it, but still. Yo, Lowry is hurting, bro. He's hobbling up and down the court, bro. That's not okay. THT, Yurt 7 sees the floor first. Jordan Clarkson for 3. I'm not mad at it. Did he just push in the back? Is that what happened? Yeah, most likely. Side out for Orlando. All right, let's see if we can get something interesting going here. Hang in there, THT. Get a good stop. Get a good stop. That's a good contest. Yup, nice. And that's the thing that THT is good at. 1-to-1. Nice reset. Thank you, sir. John Collins keeping us alive. Literally keeping us alive. Goodness, brother. All right, let's not get lost on defense now. We'll let Paolo take a 3. Don't go under that screen every time. He shoots like 28%, if that. No rush, no rush. Ah! I see what JC was trying to do. That's to Yurt 7, that's a bad pass. To Lowry, that's not. To Yurt, it is. Yeah. This is rough. I liked the Keontae George minutes early on, though. I did. He played, let me see, 9 minutes. Hit his only 3 that he took. Got fouled, obviously. And took 2 shots, went 1-2 from the free throw line, 2 boards, 1 assist. I'm not mad at it. Ochai, 2 points, 1 assist. Chris Dunn, 2 points, 2 boards, 3 assists in 6 minutes. Sexton in 11 minutes, 7 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist. Yeah, I'm not mad at it. The potential comeback is definitely there, but it's still frustrating to play a comeback team. Yeah, because it shouldn't be. You shouldn't. They should not be in the situation they currently put themselves in, and that's the most irritating part of it. Oh, I didn't even realize Mac was in chat. What's up, Mac? My fault, brother. Um, yeah, but I mean, it is a winnable game. But we need to really cut into it right now. Fourth quarter should be handily putting things out of their reach. But in the next 4 minutes, like before 2 minutes left in the third, there needs to be like a significant step. I see you, sir. Team sure could come back, but we'll have to see if we can pass better and play more patient ball. Yes, because our own miscues are killing us. It's not that the Magic just have the kryptonite for the Utah Jazz. They don't. They're just taking what the Jazz are giving them, which is the ball, unfortunately. There we go, Yurt. Thank you. Nice. Nice action immediately. That's what we need. Something easy, something simple, something that works. What defensive changes did Orlando make during the second quarter? Really none. That was the thing. Like they were more deliberate in the fact of how they played. They just gave more effort on defense when it was a man-to-man situation. And the Jazz helped them along by making just goofy mistakes. Like I know for a fact I watched two of the misses by Walker at the rim in that second quarter during the run. And there's just certain shots you can't take. You saw Colin Sexton come down off an inbounds pass. He doesn't do well going what's it called? Going right to left off the catch for a jumper. If Colin Sexton is going to take a jumper from the corner, you want him to already have his feet set. And he was going backwards, sliding down the sideline when he had that attempt. Fontecchio for three. No, can't get it. It's okay. Let's go ahead and get back on D. Let's get set back on D. But it was just a culmination of just bad shot selection and then untimely passes. And because Orlando was simply giving effort on the defensive side of the ball, when the ball presented itself, they were swarming the glass. They got the rebounds, or they had their hands in the passing lanes to go ahead, anticipate the steal, and get it when the ball just made itself available. Paolo already has 15. 7 and 9 from the free throw line. 9 boards, borderline double-double before the end of the third. Good shot. Good patience by Clarkson right there. Cutting it to 6. Let's go ahead and get back and get set. Get back and get set. Get back and get set. That's a wild 3 to take, but he hit it. You got to respect it at the end of the day. You got to respect that one. I'm not mad at that. It was contested. He just wanted the 3. He took the 3. He hit the 3. That's the end of it. You got to get the ball out of there. Got to get the ball out of there. If they double, you have to punish them. You have to be it. You don't even if you don't properly do it, you have to be willing to make that pass because they're gonna keep blitzing that screen then. Need JC to score for us. I think it will change the game. Yeah, just like the start of the last game. If Clarkson's gonna be on the court and he's not scoring, it defeats the purpose of having him on the court. There we go. He hits another bucket. Like him scoring provides the offsetting balance. You need some guard to pick up where Lowry cannot. And right now, today, you have Collins doing what Lowry isn't. You can't get beat like that. We got bailed out because he just sold. But we can't let that happen again. I'm not gonna lie, I might give him that foul call. But if we're letting everybody get handsy, then you gotta let it slide. Fontecchio, don't get cooked like that, please. Oh my god. Chase. Make it easy. Make it easy. Make it easy. Effort, effort, effort. Make it easy. Yeah. Mhm. You know, I'll take what I can get. I'm not even mad. You're 7 for 3. I was unaware that that was added to his bag. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie, Chase. Um, but I'll take it. We'll take any bucket we can get. That's a three that Walker Kessler has to be comfortable taking. You're 7. There was not hesitation in his mind. He said, "I play about 14 minutes a game. I'm gonna get this shot off," and that's exactly what he did. You said he need to bring back Olenek after this timeout. I would agree. I think they might hold off to the fourth quarter though, because if you put Olenek on the floor, you have to go on the run. Putting Olenek on the floor and not going on a run is a waste of his ability, and simply the fact that you can't you can't survive off that. It's it's gonna be interesting, put mildly. But man, oh man, this is ugly. Can't risk him fouling out if we're not making plays. Exactly. How's chat doing? Glad to see we're back in the game a little. Yup. What's up, Eric? Yeah, man. There's a little bit more energy. Just a little bit. Need some more though. Cause this right here just it's a little bit irritating, a little bit frustrating. But down 6, if you can cut it to 2 going into the fourth, nothing too crazy, just cut it to 2. Don't even need to lead. You can win it. You're is a hooper hooper. I remember back from his NC State days when he still had 2 left feet. He's come a long way. I will say that. But having Yurt as it he from Miami? Yeah, he is from Miami. Yep, 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 yep. Having him backing up Walker is actually a really nice luxury, low key, because they have very similar play styles and just movement on the court. I would say Walker has a little bit more fluid in his motions just in general, like particularly in perimeter defensive situations. But obviously, Yurt is fearless and willing to take any three that presents itself. We're seeing. He went in the corner. Nobody was in front of him. He said, "Give it right to me." If he missed it, it still wouldn't matter, honestly, because that's the three we need Walker to take. So Walker, take notes, brother. Is Anthony Black bringing the ball at the court? Yep. Paolo with it. Directing traffic on Keontae George. I don't like this. Somebody needs to help. Somebody needs to help. You can't let that happen. You literally cannot let that happen. You cannot allow your rookie Keontae George to sit there at 194 pounds to go against freaking 240, 250 pound Paolo in a back down from a 3-point line. Somebody has to help. You're giving energy. Slow it down, slow it down, slow it down. We're not in a rush. Thank you, Lowry. Does that count? We need that three. Frustrating, 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 man. The replay center go crazy. I think adding challenges and just the ability for referees to consistently replay at their just desire is the best thing possible. Like that was a good addition to the game. High key. Chase, your game might be your broadcast might be a little ahead of mine. It didn't count. Let me know. Yeah, that's nasty. Darn it all. Keontae top of the key to Lowry. Lowry going downhill to Yurt. Yurt got to finish that. Yurt, thank you. I've never seen Paolo play. Is he legit? I would say, yeah. He's just willing to take a three every now and then, and he doesn't shoot well from the 3-point line. That being said, he's fearless. He's willing to make decisions. He's willing to get down and dirty whatever way he needs to. And he has a game similar to Lowry. He just can't shoot at all, but he'll still shoot the shot, basically, kind of thing, if that makes sense. He was rookie of the year last season. Yeah, he beat out Walker Kessler and who took second place because Walker was third. Can't remember who it was, but yeah, definitely a solid player. Lowry for three, thank you. All right, we're getting back into it. We're getting back into it. This is what I need to see. Come on, Colin, don't give that up easy. Nice board, Yurt. All right, Keontae coming down the court. Your screen, good screen. Keontae for three. Even if he misses, you got two right there. What happened? Foul? He's going to the free throw line? Yes, sir. Here we go. Okay, yeah. I have to have my TV. I don't know if y'all could tell, but I have my TV on mute. So that way I don't end up getting this video taken down by the NBA because we know how they love their money. I don't want to get in trouble with like publishing or whatever. Oh, Ty messaged me earlier, and I did not recognize. What's up, Ty? Yes, sir. He said Discord live streams, I think, is the only way you could get away with the volume. True, they might let that slide low key. Obviously, it wouldn't be too many people that would get found out. Yeah, true. Also true. Good point, Chase. Good point. Um, let's see. Nothing too phenomenal going on today. 64% from the free throw line. 39% from three. The Jazz are 37% from three and 45% from the field. We are 47% from the field. They've just had more free throws that have gone in. Where my boy Lee at though? That's what I'm saying. Oh, Lee DM'd me earlier. He said that his son Oakley was got sick today, so he might be doing big daddy duties. So we might be down Lee tonight, boys. Not gonna lie, kind of sad. But kind of, I mean, really. Yeah, man. All right. Basketball is a game of runs. A45. The funny thing is, my screen is like probably, I'll say 15 seconds behind the actual game. So I see on my laptop, I see that the score of the game is 85-84, but on my screen, the Jazz, what's his name? Not Jalen Suggs. The Jazz are up. Excuse me. Orlando's up 85-82. So I just saw the Lowry dunk that made it 84. Okay. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad. Yeah, he was holding it down the other night. Yes, sir. Who knows? I think he'll be here for the post game, low key. Probably. I hope so. He just probably won't be here for the actual game portion, which is also cool. I understand. Yo, he yesterday, I don't know if I said it, but he gifted since I don't have the watch hours necessary for the certain monetization thing, I do the buy the creator a coffee thing, and that man bought 5. Sent me $25. I said, "Sir, don't you have a child? Does he have all the Jazz merch he needs?" But he said, "Yeah." He said, "Yeah" in the chat, so I'm inclined to believe him. I'm saving that money. Might get a second camera or something. Let me see something. Can I skip ahead? Or is that crazy? I don't know if I can. I don't think I can. I'm going to try it anyways. Oh no, I can skip ahead. Haha. All right, cool. I'm back on pace. Thank you, Colin. Your free throw is appreciated, sir. Both? Yes, sir. All right, make him pick the ball up before the half court line. Don't let him play with us. Cole Anthony, that's who I'm thinking of in my head. Ugh. Nice. I love when you airball a 3. It makes me smile inside. All right. Colin ready to direct traffic. Let's see what we're getting into, boys. Eat the clock up as much as possible. Lower screen. Colin backing it out 8 seconds. He wants to go isolation right here. That's crazy. That was actually insane, and it made me sick to my stomach. I can't even lie. I can't even lie to you. And I'm buffering now. Yes. Makes me smile inside. I'm literally, my heart is beating out of my chest. I'm so happy. All right. First free throw goes down. We're looking for one more right here. What are the bright spots so far for the Jazz going in the fourth quarter of this game? They seem to finally have settled down. So many opportunities to get back up were wasted. Yeah, but we finally found a rhythm. We finally cleaned up some things. Yurt 7 appeared to actually be the switch that we needed because he has softer touch. Walker was good for us defensively, right? But the set defense wasn't our issue. Our transition defense was our issue. And the transition defense happened because we couldn't hit shots and we were taking untimely shots on offense. Yurt 7 helped avoid that issue and he finishes at the rim. Soft touch, and that's what we needed out of him. He's 3 for 3 and he hit his three-pointer from the corner. So everything on offense that honestly that Kessler wasn't doing, Yurt 7 is doing. And while he doesn't have any blocks to his name, he's pretty solid on defense right now as well. Plus 10 when he's in. Yup. See it right now. Just saying hi real quick. Oh, what's up, Tayan? Tayan. I don't even think he can hear us because I'm pretty sure he's in the arena right now. What's up, Tayan? Yes, sir. That being said, we're not shooting bad from the field. I wish we could have some of these free throws back. Keontae's 3 of 5. Collins 3 of 4. Collins is 3 of 4. So I mean, Markkanen is 0 of 2 though. That's the one that hurts us a little bit. Because that tells you that he's actually struggling. The fans in the arena are pissed. I can tell. I can tell. I'd be sick to my stomach too. But we outscored them 28-24 that quarter. Finally held them to their lowest points in a quarter for the game. If not for those last two free throws, they would have been held to 22. So it's a significantly better quarter. And if we can continue to out execute, we'll win this one in confident fashion. Now we might not win by 12, which is something that we probably should have, but we're looking probably closer to 8-ish. An 8-point swing is definitely something we're comfortable with. See Tate. Right, let me go ahead and skip my broadcast forward. I'm trying to see what's going on here. All right. Clarkson at the top of the key. Walker's in. Clarkson spin. We need to give him an opportunity. Bad possession. Very bad possession. Yep, gonna go ahead and challenge that. Smart decision. Let's see this. Woohoo! That's close. Oh, he touched it. He touched it. He touched it. He touched it. The ball's rotation changes. He touched the ball. I don't know, Chase. I need to. I want to see it one more time because right there, it looks like from the side angle that that the last angle that they showed, the side angle, it looks like when he touches it looks like he touches it, and the rotation changes a little bit. Yeah. Frustrating. Frustration. Winnable game. We need to take the lead before the 8-minute mark. We don't need to dilly dally, dance around, play with anybody. Not at all. Let's see. To be fair, this possession could be what brings us back. True. If not, he could be right. We won it. Oh, but they did give it to us? Why is my thing so far behind? Goodness. All right. That in mind, it's gonna get a little rocky right here. It's gonna get a little rocky right here. Oh, he didn't touch it. Nice. Okay. I don't feel bad anymore. Let's make something happen. See you soon. As long as we play confident, we win. That's what it's feeling like. Ooh, that ankle roll is insane. Golly. Pay me back. Walker's got to step a little bit more in the way of that one. I understand why he didn't, but I would step a little bit closer into that one just to deter that shot. That's not a good three. That Colin Sexton three was not a good three. This is ugly. It's getting a little bit. It's getting a little bit difficult right here. Oh, what happened? Was that a tech? Who got tech? Who caught that one? Oh, Paulo was on the court. Fair enough. All right, here we go. Here we go. All right, so 94-88, down 6 with 10 minutes to go. Definitely manageable, but they need to tie it before they get to the 8-minute mark. Go ahead and inbound that. THT picking up his dribble early per usual. Clarkson trying to work. What the heck? You know you're not going to get that, JC. No shot, fall on the floor. Oh, he did hit his elbow. That is a foul. That is a foul. Clarkson definitely should have got that one. I thought it was one of those ones where he like fades in on the closeout and fouls. So really, to me, those aren't really like those aren't. You can't really argue for a call like that. But since he did close out and ended up hitting his elbow literally before the ball released from his hands, I do agree. Dang, THT, it's like that. Thank you. All right. Anthony with the ball. THT hedging for 3. Golly. I'm pissed. I'm pissed. This is so ugly. And we can't even put Lowry back in. That's how we know Lowry's hurt. Because if he wasn't hurt, he'd be in the game right now. No question about it. Dang, bro. All right, he's coming back in. This is ugly. This is so ugly. John Collins coming in too. Thank you. Good block, Walker. You got. Thank you, Walker. Okay, that was better. Still wanted him to dunk it, but I'm not mad because we got 2 points. 2 points is 2 points. You know what I'm saying? Timeout. So the subs coming in. Good. Good, 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 good. I'm mega focused in right now, stressing. Yo, Chase, you and me both. You and me both, man. Down 7 with 8 minutes is not somewhere you want to be. It's actually one of the last places you want to be, if I'm being frank. Not terrible, but not good. Don't even know what you want. Trying to see here. John Collins back on the floor. Obviously, after this timeout. Lowry back on the floor after this timeout. We are looking at in my head, Lowry and Collins have to. He said back on his BS again. Needs to play more safe pass where he's playing up pass he could have taken. Yeah. I do understand his frustration now. Look, after they showed the replay of that 3-pointer though, I thought he was foul baiting. I thought it was foul baiting and like kicked his legs out a little far just to get the contact for it. But that wasn't the case. He got hit on that forearm as before he released the ball. So I do understand his frustration and the fact the referee didn't blow the whistle on that one. But that being said, you got to get back on defense. You got to focus on defense. You can complain to the ref during a dead ball, but in the middle of a play, there's no point. Especially when you're losing. You can't do that. For sure, that should have been a call frustration away from him. Yeah. Yeah. He's got to stay locked in. That's the moral of the story. Because your team needs you right now. If you're supposed to be a vocal leader, a guy that stays in the court in late-making situations, even if you're not shooting well from the floor, and he is shooting terrible today. He is 4 of 17 from the field and 1 of 6 from 3. The only thing he is doing well is he's gone 5 for 5 from the free throw line, and he has 6 assists. But he has 5 turnovers. You said it's crunch time. We need them to be crunchy. You're wild. Clarkson should all low-key not be on the court right now. I'll take Keontae. I'll definitely take Chris Dunn. Chris Dunn would be great to have on the floor right now. A little bit of a screen action. Lowry for 3. That one doesn't go. That's ugly. Good closeout. THT downhill. Okay, cool. Cool. Down 5. Can't let that 3 go. Goodness gracious. Dunn should be in now. I agree. Dunn over Clarkson for sure right now. Clarkson is. I didn't realize how. I knew he was shooting poorly, and I knew things weren't going his way. But 4 of 17 is absolutely insane. That's unacceptable. 1 of 6 from 3. He's not even hitting from 3-point range. Right? And then he has 5 turnovers to his 6 assists. So I can't trust him as a decision maker right now. You said I used to have that couch of 60. Yes, sir. Me looks away from the screen and 1. I'm pissed. This is disgusting. This is so disgusting. Can we get Chris Dunn in here, please? I've seen enough. Honestly, I've more than seen enough, if we're being honest. Sloppy offenses are downfall right now. Yep. Who do you for Magic or Jazz? I'm subbing you, brother. Oh, Jazz. Yes, sir. Oh, this is your first time in here. Your profile picture looked familiar. Edible arrangements. What's your actual name, bro? Talk to me. What's your actual name? What can I call you? Is your actual name Eddie? Okay. 3 pointer. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Oh, Jazz, my name is Jonah. What's up, Jonah? I'm gonna remember that. You are the person of the day. I love when new people sub and just stay in the chat and actually chat with us. I'm surprised they didn't call that foul right there. Paulo, what the fuck? Excuse my language. Excuse my language. But what the heck? That's when I know we're out of pocket because Paolo thinks he can go ahead and get buckets. Thank you, JC. It's going back and forth, but we need something to close to get the game tighter. Delay game warning? They didn't call it tech, right? That's a delay game warning? Because THT dropped the ball. Let's not make any boneheaded mistakes. Yep, nice job. Yo. Swear to God. Oh, okay, I was about to say. Ain't no reason Paolo should be ISOing thinking he about to put in work like that. That's insane. He's not that guy. Lowry, please don't kill yourself. I need you the next game we have you, right? Clarkson for 3. No, not that time. I understand. I'm not mad at it. But it's the fact that you are now 5-19 from the field. Did they call a foul or a goaltend? They called a foul. Yeah. Sickening. I'm so pissed right now. Also, yeah, never mind, that is a foul. JC got to be. But at the end of the day, JC, you're not in defensive position. Like I light up in the back. Would it represent my last name starts with? Oh, this is a character L from the anime Death Note. I have a couple of them because this is actually part of my podcast setup. I need to reconfigure it. I have a Colin Sexton jersey, an old one when he was on the Cavs right here. But the reason why I ended up getting that one light as the one that's in the camera frame is because in the show he's like a really cerebral thinker. He has a very awkward posture when he sits, but like he just thinks really hard and everything he says makes sense. Like he's just really really intelligent and he knows people well. He can read situations really well. And I think that by taking that sort of approach to the game of basketball, you become like the ultimate student of the game. Nothing offends you. While you might not like certain players, you will always appreciate and respect their game and also learn how they work. And I don't know, this kind of thing. What's the first season? Sir? Yes, sir. Nothing wrong with a good anime. A lot of people don't even know I watch them. A lot of people, even people I see every day. Yo, inbound the ball, TH. Oh my God. Oh. Okay. Okay. He did try to get that call. It didn't happen though. Unfortunately, it's okay. It's okay, Kelly. We still love you. We still love you, Kelly. It's not your fault, brother. Yup. There we go, TH. Yes, sir. It's a bucket. Favorite though, 100. I can respect that. I can respect that. I haven't gotten through the whole series. I feel like I got to go back and watch the one that came out of the 90s though. Yeah. 90s, 99. Oh, please don't hit that. Please. You know you're living an insane lifestyle when you're talking to the TV saying please. There's absolutely no reason to be doing that, yet here I am. What do they call on that one? Bless you. Yo. Is that a foul? Yes, yes, that is a foul. Unfortunately, that is a foul. These calls are getting out of hand. Yeah. The only thing is, they're not giving the calls both ways. I'm starting to notice. Like I was giving the rest the benefit of the doubt because the fouls that they are whistling are legitimate fouls, but they're also missing fouls on the other side of the court that would also, by their definition of a foul, be a foul. Just an observation. Not saying the game's rigged because we put ourselves in this situation, but also not about to act like, you know, these have been the most incredulously fair calls that the game's ever seen. JC screen action. All jokes aside from the sloppy play in the second quarter, this was a good game. Won the first quarter, won the third quarter, fourth quarter trying to win, but you lost the second quarter by so much that there's very little you can actually do. Downhill, good strip, still staying this way. The second quarter had me squirming in my chair. Because I was actually about to go live in the second quarter, but I didn't want y'all to see me like that. Had me feeling all out of sorts, low key. Good shot, Clarkson. The one thing he is hitting is free throws. Joe Ingles chatting crap to him. We're gonna continue. We got that one. All right. Timeout. Okay. This just. It's a 5-point game though. It's a 5-point game though, right? So it's definitely doable. You say you seem like someone that could be my friend. LOL. I mean, I hope so. Man, you tune into the stream. I try to remember everybody. Right? We're a nice little family over here. We're missing a couple of the members, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, we all get along out here. And now that you subbed, hope you turn on those post notifications because I do post every day about the Jazz. Looking to upgrade the video quality and just the content overall, but every day. So we're gonna talk something about the Jazz. Today's video was Keyonte George. I got to it late because I didn't get to record it. And I think the hardest thing about being in this particular being in the season trying to do daily videos, if you talk about the wrong thing, literally the game that happens the following night can throw off the take that you had the previous day. That's the only thing. But Keyonte George has what he's done in this game has roughly been in line what I expected and what I said in my video. So I'm not mad at it. 6 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists. Yeah. You said if I win this quarter bet, I'm a cash app you 10. That's real. That's real. It would take so little to take back control of the game. That's the thing. You just need a quality. Like we're literally 2 shots away. We're 2 shots away. We're a random Jordan Clarkson 3 and a Larry Markkinen pin down away. There we go. Nice steal. Okay. How far ahead is y'all game? I think mine might be behind. I got 3 minutes left on my clock. Sorry. Where's my mouse at? Here we go. Oh. F you. But good play. I can't even hate. He made the right decision. He was planted. THD just came in too hot, recognized that he was planted, and still went airborne. Yeah. That's something we got to do. All right. Don't get beat. Don't get beat. Good rip. Good rip. You got to win every possession right now. Like right now, you don't have any time to spare. Who else in the chat right now? We got Jonah. We got Chase. Is Max still in here? I know Tayton had to step out. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Man, oh man. Yeah, okay, yeah, Max still here. I'm out of North Carolina, man. I'm right out here in Charlotte. So you're on the same time zone as me. Yeah, it's 11:30 for you too. Mm-hmm. I usually go for probably about an hour after the game. I think that's been my thing. I start usually the stream at halftime and then go an hour after the game finishes, which usually gets me to 2.5 hours to 3 hours overall film. It's not bad. From SoCal, but in Utah right now. Okay. Yes, sir. This is one of the more interesting ones. Yo, Tyson got me pissed. Tyson, are you in the chat? You're not in the chat right now, are you? This man Tyson gonna sit there and say, "Guess where I'm at?" I don't know if the camera's gonna pick up. Gonna send me him a picture of him being inside the stands. I'm sick. I'm happy for you, Tyson. That boy got me sick. He said, "Look where I'm at," and go send me a picture. Congratulations. Gosh. I'm trying to act like I'm not as frustrated about this game as I actually am. It's not working, unfortunately. THT downhill. First layup gets packed. Bro. We have to get this is the thing. We have to either get Lowry involved in the offense or take him out of the game. Because we know he's hampered, but keeping him on the court isn't helping anything. Right? So we got to make a decision. Let me know though. This is the difficult part. Pissed. That trick shot was clean. Mhm. All right. Make him pick that ball up. Make him work. We're down 5. It's not, the game's not over until you let it be. Paolo acting like he's Kevin Durant is pissing me off. His bag's not that deep. Lowry for 3. Okay. Okay. It's getting crispy. He said, "Where my crunchy brothers at?" Hey, it's getting tight. It's getting tight. We need to stop. We need to stop right here, right now. Yo, he sold that call. He sold the heck out of that call. He sold that call. As soon as he felt hands on his back, he said, "Oh." Come on, Wendell. You know you can't do that. Hands in the cookie jar is crazy. Oh, fuck. I didn't even say that in the mic. My fault. This is too much. This is too much for me. This is too much. This is too much. Whoa! Ooh! Boy, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. This is what they were saving Lowry for. I take back what I said. You know, I was right. We did need to get him involved in the offense or pull him off the court. But he said, "I don't know what y'all talking about, but it's game time. I don't know what y'all thought it was, but it's game time." Hit them back-to-back threes. Yeah, we up in here. But it was 19 seconds, right? We need to get a good defensive stand because 1 point isn't going to stop anything. That being said, I'm glad to finally be back up. Haven't been up since second quarter. So definitely where you want to be. Lowry cleaning stuff up. 4 of 10 right now from 3-pointers. We needed those two because before that, he was 2 of 8. I know we all got a bit of doodle in our boxes right now. Yo, Chase, yeah. Chase OD. My eyes watching that 3. Yes, because see, my game's on a delay. The stream that I'm watching right now, I have it hooked up to my other PC, which is connected. It doesn't have the Ethernet cord plugged in, so I think I'm on like a roughly 10-second delay from the actual game. So I'm sitting here watching it, and I'm also like peeking at my laptop right now, at my MacBook, because I'm trying to see like how much time is on there. What happened? What happened? What did I miss? I see on pow. Ain't no motherfucking way. All right, so we need a bucket. We need a bucket. It's okay. We just need a bucket. We just need a bucket. That's all. That's all. That's all we need. JC getting bullied by Paolo is pissing me off though, because he's not that guy. JC should not have been allowing that. But 14 seconds, that's a good offensive possession. It's okay. Tiago, how long you been in the chat, brother? Because you have not commented this whole time. How you doing, man? Bro, 14? 14 though. Oh, appreciate you, man. I was like, there's 5 people in here, but I haven't seen 5 people comment. I seen Chase, I seen Mac, right? I was like, I knew Christian was in here somewhere. Larry's a caption crunch on God. Bro. I'm sweating. I can't stand him coming in clutch like he just did. He just pissed me off. Come on, make it easy, make it easy, make it easy, make it easy. No. I see the clock says 1.3. What happened? We sold? What happened? Somebody tell me what I just missed, please. Hear me out. Call me crazy, right? Call me crazy. But I would rather have Colin Sexton on the court instead of THT, especially during that 3. I guess what's his name? Kelly Olynyk fouled off the like a loose ball foul type deal. I think Wendell Carter fell on his wrist. Fell on his own wrist, excuse me. Should have been Lowry or John Collins for sure. John Collins is literally 7 for 10 from the field, 3 or 4 from 3. So that was a shot he should have taken respectfully. I'm sick. Can you tell? Deep breath. Yo, Anthony Black is not real. This guy looks like somebody I would see at an 8 a.m. AAU game at the local convention center. I'm pissed. He hit the second free throw. Yeah. Can't believe this, bro. I can't. Dang. He do look like a 2K player. He does not look real. Good job to those boys though. You know. Lowry 3-pointer to win is crazy. Are you calling that, Chase? Calling that is crazy. I'll take it. I'll take it if it comes. I don't know how far behind my thing is, but I know I'm about to be sick to my stomach. I know I'm about to. That's it. My game hasn't even ended, so I'm gonna watch this last possession right here. Yeah. Wow. Um, Everything was good except for the second quarter. Literally everything except for the second quarter. So if you're a Magic fan, congrats. If you're like me and you expected the inevitable, the alleged JC said time to get drunk, I guess. That floored me. Man, look. Simple fact. Oh, he was open. He was open. He was open like shit. Deep breath. Okay. Refs suck, so poor Orlando. It was a miracle today how Jazz played, but the refs was too much to overcome today. At the end of the day, oh, by the way, hey Finn. Um, we got to take accountability for our mistakes. So second quarter, we just played bad. We gave them the opportunity to win this game, and the refs helped them win the game. There was quite a few calls that should have went our way that we just couldn't get. Um, that being said, I'm not mad. I had to sit on it for a second. I'm not mad. I'm not mad. I'm not. I'm disappointed, right? But I'm not mad. But we absolutely can't let this happen again. All I can say is I'm glad it happened. I'm glad we had a quarter like this against the Magic and not against the Grizzlies, because the Grizzlies beating us would have really been like the low light of the season. That being said, this was a game we should have won. Paulo went off unstoppable today. Paulo wasn't the only one though. I'll tell you right now. What's his name? Franz Wagner. He went off. He was 9 for 21 at the end of the game, but in the second quarter he caught fire, and that was the problem. Um, Mo Wagner was 4 of 6 from the field. He had 10. It was not what I wanted. It was not what I wanted, man. You know. But you got to give credit where credit is due, and the Magic played to do their thing. Barely seen rest is fed. That reminds me of the LA Lakers Golden State Warrior playoff series. The Ghost game, see me wondering. Some of these games rigged. I'm not gonna lie. There was a couple times in here where this was the thing that I saw from the refs, right? I will give them credit. The fouls that they did call were fouls. The issue was they were missing calls on the other side of the floor that just so happened to be the Jazz's, you know. I'm not saying they did it on purpose. Also not saying they didn't do it on purpose. You know what I'm saying? Um, I didn't love it. I didn't love it. But you said, why did we give THT the minutes we did? Why not give a couple more to Ochai or Dunn? Ochai would not have been more of a positive than what THT did today. I have to give THT his flowers a little bit. He was overall today 7 of 14 from the field. He was only 1 for 4 from 3, but he also had 3 boards and 8 assists to only 2 turnovers. So we had a 4-to-1 turnover to assist ratio, which I can appreciate. Um, with that in mind, though, right? Dunn would have been my preferred option. Dunn wouldn't turn the ball over. If you give Dunn a wide open three, he's hitting it. Um, THT isn't that guy in the clutch. For me personally, right? Now maybe he could prove me wrong eventually, but as it stands for me personally, he wasn't the guy. He wasn't the guy in the clutch. And in the last 2 minutes of the game, he should not be on the court. For me. For me. And I know some people might disagree. I understand. But for me personally, I'm not putting THT on the court to close out a game with 2 minutes left. There's no reason for me to. Now he was solid defensively, right? But I think Chris Dunn provides similar upside defensively because that's his bread and butter. But Chris Dunn has also been known to make the right plays on offense consistently. I think JC should not have come back in the last 5 minutes. The thing is, right? It's a culmination of things. Yeah. Clarkson, because he won us the first game of the season against the Clippers and had the stand that he had, that was the necessary one, right? So you kind of have to give him the benefit of the doubt and allow him to be on the court. I'm not mad at Kelly Olynyk for the play. Well, the reason why Kelly had to be on the bench was because he got 4 fouls in the first half. How many did he finish the game with? He finished the game with 5. So that's what really happened. He just didn't have those. It was bad. Yeah, can't put him with 4. Yeah. He said the refs had a parlay on the Magic tonight. Oh man. Irritating, bro. Sexton may have been better last minute player. He definitely would have been a better last minute player because Colin Sexton, think about it. If Colin Sexton is in Taylor Horton Tucker's shoes as a standing 3-point shooter off the catch, I'm taking Colin Sexton 11 out of 10 times. If you're giving me THT or Colin Sexton, I'm picking Colin Sexton. I don't care if he's 1 for 11 from the field. Colin Sexton shoots much better from off the catch than he does. Plus, Colin Sexton thrives in stressful situations. I can't say the same thing for THT, right? And I've never known THT to be a clutch player. I've known for him to be an all-around player, and a solid player to have on your team, but I've never known him as specifically a clutch player. So for me personally, Colin Sexton was definitely better. Chris Dunn, if you don't like if Colin Sexton isn't your flavor, you much have Chris Dunn. I can respect that. You know what I'm saying? But that's one of those things where it's like, golly, bro. Can't let those things happen. I'm sick. I'm sick. Yeah, Zach. Yeah, man. Yeah. Turnovers killed us tonight. 20. Yeah. You think Kessler cost us the game? Talk to me, Taylor. What makes you say that? He needs to dunk. Kessler definitely held us back, right? He was part of the problem in that second quarter. So in a way, he was a big part as to why we lost. However, that being said, I have to give him credit because he had 5 blocks. I counted 6. They didn't give the last one to him. If you're Walker Kessler and you're a 7-footer and you are at the rim, you have to dunk it every time. I don't want to sit there and be the old head and say that, what Shaq and say, well, Shaq, he should have did it like Shaq did. But when Shaq was having an issue early on in his career where he would keep laying the ball up and he would miss, he got pulled aside and they said, dunk it every time. What did he do? He became known for putting his nuts on people's foreheads at 300 darn pounds. I need Walker to have that same mentality at the rim because there's nobody that should be sitting there overpowering him. He needs to be putting on everybody's head. Shout and give me a tech. I'll take it. But let them know if they want to come under the rim and they want to put hands on you, they're going to feel it. And that's not something he did. That's why Yurt 7 came in and Yurt in only, let me see, he only played 8 minutes and went 3 for 3 from the field. Hit the 3 that he took from the corner. You know what I'm saying? Overall, his play wasn't very good though. Correct. He rebounded well. He was soft under the rim and we can't have that. Long term, we cannot have that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, not even saying like Shaq, but he just has to be strong. If you wanna lay it up, 2 hands smacking that thing off the glass, you're right there at the rim, bro. You have to finish. You have to finish. And if you miss, make it a miss that only you can rebound. Don't miss and it go over the other side of the rim. Because if you miss that way, the only person on the other side of the rim is the guy you just moved to the other side of the rim. You get what I'm saying? Irritating, but we'll get better. I thought he had 6 or 7. I counted 6, but they didn't give the last block to him. I think they said that he just like he tipped the I think they called it a tip pass. So I guess it would count as a deflection. The finishing was definitely not there. He did not have soft hands today. He gave me a Rudy Gobert special on offense. I could have lived without it. I could have lived without it. Lowry was our only top 100 player by ESPN in the game. Here, JC, go be Patrick Mahomes and scramble. It all seemed like he was afraid or something. Get Lowry in a mismatch and let him work with time ticking. They were cake finishes and he choked like 3 or 4. Yeah, he did. 2 of them were back to back, as a matter of fact. Lowry was really hurt after that fall. That was an uncalled foul. Can't be a more clear foul. Yeah, agreed. Yeah, catch and shoot with 1.5 seconds left. Definitely Lowry or JC. Yeah, or even Colin Sexton. I wouldn't have had Keontae on the court at that point. Maybe that's crazy to say, but I would have had Kelly not inbounding the ball. Actually, now that I think about it, but Kelly is a good decision maker, so I understand why they chose to make that decision. That being said, if Lowry's going to be the one receiving the pass, he should have set the initial screen. It's much easier to get open if you're the initial screen setter as opposed to the guy that's using the initial screen. What's up, Derek? What's up, man? What's up? Paolo almost shot as many free throws as the Jazz. Factor cap. I'm about to agree with you right here and be pissed off when I check. That's the thing. God, 15. 11 for 15 too. 30 points. Sick to my stomach. Let's see. I would beat Taylor Horton Tucker in a 3-point shooting competition. Tiago. Off the catch, you might have it. I'm not gonna lie. Watching Lowry before he went to NBA, I can know he didn't move as he normally does. Not sure what part of his body he hurt, but it wasn't okay. Yeah, his midsection was definitely in immense pain. And then after a certain point, I actually saw him limping, and they kept him in the game for a couple more minutes before they subbed him out, which is why I was so surprised when he hit that first 3, and then he hit that second 3, and I was like, the adrenaline is literally coursing through his veins. So it's going to be interesting to see what they put in the injury report tomorrow morning or leading into the next game. But I just hope we didn't like over damage him by continuing to play him after understanding that he was hampered. Playing hurt and playing injured are 2 different things. I'm just hoping he wasn't playing injured. You know what I'm saying? He said, get THT out of town. Listen, THT didn't have a bad game. He just didn't make this. He just shouldn't have been on the court when he was in those final minute, in that last minute. This is coming from somebody that doesn't like THT as a starting point guard. Side note. I'll talk to y'all some more after the drive. Yes, sir. Tate, and drive safe, bro. I'd have Keontae inbounding there. That's what I was thinking too. Or if you want to have Chris Dunn in the game, have Dunn inbound it. Then that gives you Olynyk, Lowry, JC, and the other JC. Honestly, have those 4, or have Colin Sexton somewhere in the mix, right? Like have actual clutch players that play better when things are tough. Colin Sexton can have some terrible games, but in the clutch, Colin Sexton gonna play like you're trying to take his lunch money from him, and that's the last thing that he's gonna like you're trying to take his last scrap of food. He will fight like a cornered dog. That's just something you don't get at THT, particularly on the opposite side of the ball in those situations. And we just saw it. He wasn't that guy. It's okay. There will be other opportunities. I just don't want him taking that shot. You know. Oh, he's still listening. Cool. He might be stiff after After stop moving tonight. Yeah. Year 7 plus 8 tonight. Yeah. His new nickname should be Turnover Horton Tucker. Yurt was good in the minutes he played. He only played in 8 minutes, and he was solid. That's what we really needed out of him. I really like THT, just not as the point guard on this team. I think we can get some stuff from another player opening minutes. Yeah, yeah. For me, it should have been Chris Dunn starting at point guard all along, like out the gate. He's the best decision maker. He has a slow pace. Even when he's not hitting his shots, he's effective in other ways. For one, overall on defense, he's a better defender pound for pound than THT. THT, I would say, is more versatile of a defender in isolation situations. But when you put him in zone, that man pisses me off. You would think he was the rookie and Keontae George was a veteran when they're on the court at the same time in zone defense. But I digress. Magic look poised to be the best they've been in years, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Yes, the Magic. That's why I said we allowed the Magic to win, but the Magic were definitely a team that was in position to say, if you're going to give us the game, we will gladly take it from you. And that's exactly what they did. And they didn't relinquish control up until like those last couple seconds when things got really interesting. One who made a good impression was Yurt 7. He was quite good. Hope he gets some minutes, plenty of time. I like Yurt 7 being the backup for Kessler because they have a similar game, but Yurt seems to have softer touch at the rim. Like even when I watched him play in college, he had soft touch at the rim. So the fact that he seems to have a three-pointer, I did not know that was part of his arsenal. But when he caught it in the corner, there was no hesitation. He saw he was open. When he caught it, he knew he was going to pull the trigger on that. Make or miss, he was letting that thing fly. And that's what he did, and it went in. I need Walker Kessler to have that level of, confidence in himself. You can airball, but he needs to be willing to shoot it. That's the problem. Because if you're not willing to shoot it, nobody's going to come out on you. You're going to look like Ben Simmons. And then that stagnates the offense. Can't have that. No. Yeah, Chris Dunn should have been started. That's what I'm saying, man. Olynyk and THT will be gone within a year. I like Olynyk. I can't lie, Zach. I like Olynyk. I actually love him right now. Olynyk has been great for us. Hope we hold on to him. Chris Dunn in closing minutes is for sure because THT should not have. Yeah, I agree. Beginning of the season, I would have agreed to move Olynyk, but now I want him to stay. Yeah, he's one of our best passers, and we need that right now. He provides the playmaking that Lowry and Walker Kessler don't, or John Collins. So when you have three guys that are relying on somebody else to be the playmaker, you sub out one of them and put Olynyk in there, and now you have a more versatile bag of playmaking skills and that you can go to. You have a lot more plays that you can run with him on the floor. Plus, he just allows, when the offense breaks down, him just being that extra pass kind of guy, and the fact that he knows he's not athletic, he doesn't pretend like he's athletic. He's crafty with the ball in his hands. He's slow, methodical, and he makes the right plays at the right time. Which is why I'm also, he turned the ball over right there on that last pass, but it was 1.5 seconds. I'm not mad at him, right? I'm not mad at him. I didn't love the play that was called. Watching it get run, it wasn't sexy. But I mean, did he turn the ball over? Yeah, but I'm not mad at it at all because he's part of the reason why we were able to stay in games every night. So you got to take the good with the bad. That's all I say. Now, you said, Boston will need his versatility off the bench come February. Trust. Yes, but I don't think that they'll get. If they're not going to give us Jrue Holiday, there's no reason to trade him. Because Jrue Holiday is the only piece that the Boston Celtics have that we could really use. I don't want Jaylen Brown. I don't want anything close to Jaylen Brown, right? $200 million on the books? No. God, no. Doesn't fit the timeline, will allow Hendricks, maybe even Yurt to get some more minutes, both much younger. Yes, but the thing is, you have to think about the fit of it. As a player, the reason why Olynyk even has minutes is because he provides something that the other players on the team don't provide. We're looking for our point guard that can be the elite playmaker. The reason why THT starts is because they think he's a very solid playmaker. At times he is. This game, good example, he ended up being He ended up having 8 assists to just 2 turnovers, 4-to-1 turnover ratio, assist to turnover ratio. I can accept that. Now, the thing is, walk with me, Zach. Walk with me. Walk with me. Walk with me, man. Walk with me. I mean, let me cook for a second. You know, the thing is, you can't. And by trading away Olynyk, you're giving up on some of your playmaking. You don't have a defined playmaker as a guard. If you had one, then Olynyk becomes slightly more expendable. But because you do not for certain have one, and people are coming and going, you can't. You need Olynyk because Lowry hasn't advanced that part of his game as a playmaker. Neither has John Collins. They're willing passers, but they're not above average playmakers for bigs. And Walker Kessler isn't a playmaker as a big, right? He gets the inbound pass and he pivots and then hands it off, or in a simple dribble handoff motion. You get what I'm saying? Like it's not wild, but the thing is, in order for Olynyk to become expendable, somebody has to step up their playmaking game or somebody has to become the defined playmaker for this roster. And because they don't have that, Olynyk, despite his age, similar to Jordan Clarkson, because Jordan Clarkson is 31 right now, right? But and he's been having some rough games. Tonight was another rough one, right? He shot 5 of 20, 2 of 8 from 3. That's horrible. But he had 21 points because he went 9 for 9 from the free throw line. And he ended up playing, 37 minutes. He had 6 assists and 6 turnovers, right? So this was not a good game for him, but he had 20 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists. So some people will act like this is just like he was okay, and he wasn't. He wasn't. This isn't a game I can consistently have from him. Last game's Jordan Clarkson and this James Jordan Clarkson are two different people, right? So for me, Olynyk is a very necessary piece for this roster. So unless you can find a defined playmaker to put in his place, I don't think Taylor Hendricks is ready to play. I saw him and Sensabaugh got signed to get some work in with the G League team, which I think was a good idea. That being said, I think Hendricks is also probably going to benefit from riding the pine a little bit in the regular games because I don't think he's as prepared. But he's the beneficiary of having 3 guys ahead of him in Lowry, uh, Kessler, and Collins that can all do great different things well in the game. And his package, the package that he could potentially present at its highest level, is going to be very similar to a mixture of those 3 guys' games. So him being on the bench and just being in practice and working with those guys consistently is automatically going to level up his game. And when minutes do open up, right, he's going to have more of an opportunity to make that happen. Now, you said, I'm sorry, I'm trying to go through bit by bit without over talking a lot of things. You said true. I would like to see. Derek said true. I would like to see Hendricks get more playing time. We get some more value for Olynyk. Now his value will most likely decline. True, but Olynyk doesn't. At no point is he really going to have a super crazy level of value just because there's no teams that are in that dire need. Now, Zach did bring up a very good point talking about the Celtics because I actually talked about that in my video about the trade, a potential trade for Olynyk before the season started, because that just seemed like the most reliable team that would be willing to give up more assets because they're relying on an old Al Horford and an injury-prone Porzingis, which when they're healthy, very solid front court. But that's when they're healthy, right? How much do you rely on that? And Olynyk could help them in that situation. Now, I just think Olynyk fits what we have right now this season. Now, you could view it as we don't have to bring him back. He's on an expiring contract. Cool. Would he want to be brought back? I would say so, because I think he feels valued. I think he likes the city. And when he plays, he seems to be happy to be on the court with the guys. And even in practice, he just seems to be a smiley guy. And maybe that's just his demeanor, and I could be reading it wrong. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what goes on behind closed doors, but it just seems comfortable for him right now. You said him being traded eventually makes tons of sense contractually and opening up cap. Yeah, but they also have a lot of cap to work with. That's how they ended up taking on John Collins, and all they had to trade was Rudy Gay and that second round pick. You said Olynyk couldn't be traded. You said Olynyk couldn't be traded for Drew or Brown. This would be an addition to their core, so may need a third team and picks. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If that's why I said I'm not going to give up. I can't give up Olynyk because the only thing that the Celtics have that we could really conceivably use, we have a buttload of draft picks right now. But the only thing the Celtics conceivably could give us is playmaking, because that's what we need. We have the ability to play great defense, right? because we played good defense today. We just made so many costly turnovers and boneheaded shot mistakes in offense during that second quarter that it put us down because we got outscored by 12 in that second quarter, and it shouldn't have happened, right? If we play that second quarter as hard as we play the other quarters, we win by at least 8. That being said, we need playmaking. So if we can't trade our best playmaking big for some sort of playmaking in return, and we're just gonna get assets back, they're trying to win now and make it into the playoffs, which would just further validate the fact that Danny Ainge is a godsend of an executive for the fact that he's been able to rebuild just with a flick of his wrist, honestly, and a couple pen strokes. Um, but yeah, that's why I said I couldn't see it. Dinky said Collins played well tonight. Not sure why we didn't make bigger emphasis on getting him the ball a little bit more. Seemed like he disappeared in the second half. Yeah, he definitely did. Um, he definitely did because he had 20 points. The most efficient 20 I've ever seen him have to date. 7 or 10 from the floor, 3 or 4 from the 3-point line, 3 or 4 from the free throw line to go along with 10 rebounds. He didn't have any assists or steals, but he had a block to go along with it. And he only had 2 turnovers. But he did also end up with 5 personal fouls. I actually didn't see that before. But I don't recall him. I don't remember anybody bringing up the fact that he had those, and that's why he ended up going to the bench. But in any event, he was still solid. Pulls out his Heelys. Honorable take, and I agree. That THT brick could have been heard from across the world. How I felt. Clarkson is kind of bad like 70% of the time. This year, what's up, Dan? Yeah, this year that's the way it's been looking because he had one good game and that was last game. Really, about everybody had a good game except for Chris Dunn because Chris Dunn just didn't get minutes like that. Colin Sexton was a willing passer and very patient on offense last game. He wasn't bad this game, but he was like, if we could get last game's Colin Sexton every night, you could argue that's your starting point guard, right? If you could get last game's Keontae George, you could say he's borderline ready to start. He's not a starter yet, but he's almost there. Like he was right there. You know what I'm saying? Even last game's THT wasn't terrible, you know, but we didn't get those guys today. And last game's Jordan Clarkson, that burst in the first quarter alone, we just couldn't get that this game. He spent all his skill points to get him a short burst that last game, and then he couldn't bring it into this one. Not enough VC, bro. Let's see. You said so if a team offers a second and a young player for Olynyk, you're saying no. If that young player, if it's like if we could get like a Tyus Jones type player, then yes. But if we're sacrificing our playmaking big for just assets alone that aren't going to help with playmaking, then we lose the trade for us. It could long term be a better trade for us, but in the short term, it will be a loss. And I kind of I don't want them to tank this year. I'm not to that point now. Come trade deadline, if we're just getting spanked by the Suns when we play them back to back in like a week and a half or whatever, Denver, the Lakers, if we play all the good teams and all the good teams like put a pounding on us, then yes, at that point, yeah, it's probably time to go ahead and let Olynyk slide, for just some assets because you're not going to win this year. We already know we're not going to win the championship just because how deep the West is and how top heavy the East is. But with that in mind, you still want to be able to put your best foot forward. Christian, you said, I don't think Clarkson is bad 70% of the time, but right now I feel like he's playing out of his comfort zone because we need someone to set him up rather than just scrounging around. True. He's also been playmaking a lot more, which he's trying to get used to, and it's not really there. You said, no, you don't play Hendricks over other guys. Their levels are ahead of him. Not yet. Yeah. He has the privilege of sitting behind guys that are significantly better than him. So his development isn't forced. So it's not like Hendricks, if you play bad in 10 to 15 minutes when we play you this game, you're going to be the reason we lose this game. You don't have to put him in that position. And that's a really good thing to have. That's a good opportunity. You know what I'm saying? A good option to have. The common man. Have you ever commented, bro? What's your name? Kelly Olynyk is a great asset to the Jazz. He's a tremendous value for what he brings. Definitely is. What's your name, bro? Dink, you said we would get less for Kelly Olynyk than his actual value is. No one's willing to overpay for him. Yeah. The team that would probably give us the best offer would be the Celtics just because how much they could use a player with his skill set. That's it. No, everybody else, there's a couple teams that need a big, but they don't need necessarily a Kelly Olynyk big, if that makes sense. Shep, what's up, Shep? Pleasure having you, man. Um Sorry, I got lost. Ball dominating guards need to stop messing up the flow of the offense. If not, then make their layups. Yeah. Jordan Clarkson killed me today. You can't miss 15 shots alone. You can't miss 15 shots alone. He's not Kelly. He's not Lauri Markkanen. Lauri Markkanen is probably the only guy that can give us 20 shots and miss 15. And I'm gonna say I'll live with that because he's the heart and soul of the team. So if he's not making shots, we're gonna lose anyways, right? Jordan Clarkson, I don't like him taking 20 shots to begin with. Maybe 12, maybe 14 max. But no, especially with how deep our guards are. Like, no, I don't need that. Kelly Olynyk foul troubles was probably one of the main reasons we lost. Yes, definitely. Definitely. Kelly Olynyk in the game more may have changed our pace big time for sure. And we would have got easier buckets because the one thing is that gets so underrated is the fact that Kelly Olynyk plays well, not just in tandem with the guards, but he plays well in tandem with the bigs. Kelly Olynyk threw like 3 back-to-back lobs one game. It wasn't against the Suns. I don't think it was against the Kings either, though. So it might have been against the Clippers. He threw like 3 back-to-back very well-timed lobs to Lauri Markkanen. So, like, 6'10" to 7-footer is a crazy combination. A pick and roll like that, just any situation where he's on the floor. He spaces the floor. He's had those games where he's hit 2 to 3 threes off a skip pass back to back, right? So he can shoot. He's a great facilitator. He's improved on defense, or at the very least, he's playing well enough to where you can run him in a bunch of different lineups and he's not going to get exposed. And really, that's what you need. And that's what makes him so invaluable to this team specifically. Because on another team, yeah, he would be cool to have, but you might already have a playmaker. You might already have enough 3-point shooting. You might already have a great defending big. You know what I'm saying? So he just fits the niche of what the Jazz don't have so well and what we do have, but can also be complemented by his skill set. That being said, yup. You said, Finn, you said George did make many mistakes today. I don't blame him yet for doing those as part of the learning period. Yeah. And I'm glad that he got his minutes in early, right? Because it wasn't ugly and it gave us enough time to recover, seeing as we only ended up losing by 2. Wish things turned out differently. Things probably should have turned out differently, but I do like when he was playing, right? I kind of wish that they were his minutes were staggered a little bit more and he played a little bit less in that second quarter and maybe a little bit more in that third. I think that would have been a little bit more interesting because he was solid today. He wasn't bad by any stretch of the imagination, but he's going to make those rookie mistakes, and we have to allow for him to do those sorts of things to help his confidence and to make sure he keeps his head up. Diallo, you said not enough VC. Yeah, yeah. Kessler's been interesting. Sluggish start to the season. Hasn't been scoring much, but then he had 10 boards, 5 blocks a night. -10, not sure how to feel. Yeah. And don't forget the previous game, he had 22 points off 11 for 12 shooting. Well, I say shooting loosely because they were all at the rim. But this Walker Kessler is not the same one that played last night. That's the moral of the story. Appreciate your takes, Wraith. Catch you in the next one. Yes, sir, Mac. I'll see you, bro. I'll see you. My fault. I'm so far behind reading everybody's thing. I didn't even catch that you were out. Have a good night, bro. If you're still there. Dan, you said I still don't know what to say about THT and Sexton. I'm confused how we give up so many points in the paint, starting with 3 7-footers. Rebounding is okay, yet we feel helpless against Banchero. Okay, so Banchero was feasting on John Collins, and I didn't expect that. Like, I know he looks to be a little bit heavier, like stockier build wise from a muscle standpoint than John Collins is, but I didn't think he was going to continually like force him downhill and have his way with him sometimes. Cause I ain't seen Paolo move like that. Like I knew Paolo was tough. I'm not gonna act like he's some bum. He's some scrub on the side of the road. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't never seen Paolo sit there and say, I'm gonna take this potentially all-star caliber player and work his behind. I ain't never seen him move like that, and that's what he did tonight. So credit to him for being great, right? He also got bailed out by the referees, hence his 15 free throws. Now, most of those I will say were legitimate fouls. A lot of times he did catch a couple people out of position. John Collins was one. John Collins had his arms down, kind of tucked. Banchero pumps into his chest, flails a bit, sells the call, right? Do I consider that a foul? Personally, for me, no. But by the laws of the game in the NBA, yes, it technically would be because he wasn't in a position to actually play solid defense. His hands weren't out. His hands they weren't even at his side. His hands were in between in the intermediary space between him and the defending player. So by definition, that is a foul. You know what I'm saying? Once that contact was made. I don't hate it though. I don't hate it. We had a lot of like spread out. We were really spread on defense, and you had a lot of curls to the rim that saw Wagner get like just a banana cut to the rim. He would catch the ball in the rim, straight downhill, other side of the rim, finish. He did that too many times. Same question when we got 3 7-footers. Yeah, man, it's ugly. It's ugly. I still don't know what to say about. Did I miss something? I missed something. I missed something. Rerouting is okay. Yeah, we felt so hopeless to get back. I responded to that one. I don't think THD is perfect, but he should clearly be starting on this team. The Jazz don't want to throw Keontae to the Wolves. Colin is a shooting guard. That leaves Taylor. I want done. I'm not gonna lie to you. I want done for however long it takes for Keontae to get ready. I want to see Dunn give the op. I want Dunn. This is the thing. Dunn is our best defender in zone and man together. He's a better defender. You can make the argument that THT is more versatile and therefore more valuable in man situations, but because we run zones infrequently, he gets exposed in those. Dunn doesn't get exposed in those. He recovers a lot better and he doesn't overhelp. So I think that Dunn is better defensively. He's definitely he's a better floor general. He makes better passes. Even in the limited minutes, he only played like all of like 8-ish minutes. He played 6 minutes, was 1 of 2 from the field, but had 3 assists and no turnovers, right? And you saw all three assists come literally, I think, within a 4-play span. So he's solid when he plays. He hasn't hit his shooting stride, which I think is hurting him because last season when he put up his numbers, it was because he was a starting point guard after they shut down all the main players on this roster. So I think Chris Dunn should be given the opportunity to start and either prove that he's simply not a starter or that he's a tradable asset, essentially, because he's worth minutes. Maybe it's just not on this roster. I like him being paired with Keontae George, especially on the court at the same time. They have a great connection. I love seeing him throw passes to Keontae, and I love seeing him throw lobs to Keontae like he did last game. You know what I'm saying? It just looks fun. It looks energetic, and Keontae seems to really feed off of that. But the minutes just aren't really there like that. And if this is what THT is gonna be, right? He's gonna have some turnovers, but he's gonna make sure he gets his assists. He's gonna be an okay player, right? All around, but he's never gonna be. If you need him in the clutch, he's not gonna show up. If that's the player he's gonna be, I understand that, and that does give you a comfortable floor for your point guard. But I want Chris Dunn to prove to me that he's worse than that. I think Chris Dunn is deserving of the opportunity at the very least. The opportunity. Give him probably 3 games. 3 games. He doesn't need 30 minutes. Give him 25 to 27 minute across a 3-game span. And I'll be able to say at the end of the 3rd game, I've seen enough of Dunn or I'm ready to see more of him. At the very least, until Keontae is ready to take the reins. Derek, you said, realistically, what are we thinking about Keontae's ceiling? He looks really promising, but obviously young and still needs experience. Yes, 100%. So right now we see him a lot of times running with a guard like a THT or Colin Sexton, who are more ball dominant players. And I like that because that teaches him how to be an off ball player. You have a lot of elite guards in today's league that are really great on ball players, but they don't move off the ball. they can't shoot well off the ball. And that's a problem because if you want to be dynamic in today's game, you have to be able to do that. Steph Curry is so hard to guard because he has infinite stamina, it feels like. And then on top of that, he also moves without the ball. Keontae is learning progressively how to move without the ball. His defense is getting better. He's not quite there yet, but he's learning how to make proper decisions on both sides of the floor. And I think in the spot minutes that he's been getting, it's really progressing his growth, especially in the different lineups that they're running him in tandem with. And more specifically, for me personally, when I see him and Dunn on the court together, because I feel like in those times, not only does he have more fun, but he's willing to risk it for the biscuit a little bit more. And when things don't work out for him, he doesn't drop his head. His body language says, dang, let me get the next one. And if you're a promising rookie who could potentially be given the keys to the franchise on offense at some point in the coming, 3-4 years, that's the body language you want. You want that positivity. It's okay to make mistakes. Mistakes happen to everybody, right? But you got to keep going because you don't want to end. You don't want to end on an L. We should trade for Markelle Fultz, THT, and a pick. Their salaries would almost match. Dan, that is a very interesting one that I never actually considered before. Markelle Fultz does provide a significant amount of defense. He's a pretty solid playmaker. He doesn't make too many terrible mistakes on offense. Off the top of my head, I don't know how he shoots from the field. Does he shoot good from three? Does he? If he does, then I would say that might be actually something worth looking into, and I might actually look into that myself. That might be a video low key. You might just hook me up. Okay. You said he's a calmer version of THT. He's also he's a more decisive passer, I've realized. So I could see that working. Low key. Real low key. Come on, man. You're tremendous. Oh, I missed you. Hang on 1 second. I got you. Typically listen to your videos and rarely comment. You have a loyal subscriber here, brother. I appreciate you, man. Bless you. Thank you. Welcome. Hold on. I'm gonna remember your name. The common man is Shep. Shep, yeah. I think you're Shep. You're Shep. Tell me if I'm wrong. I think you're Shep though. I think you told me you're Shep. I try to remember everybody as they come into the chat, so I can remember like if I see you comment recently or if it's your first time hopping in here and I can say hey to you. But I appreciate it, man. Tiago said he's got mad potential. Keontae, look at what he did in summer league. He just needs time and experience. Yep, his potential through the roof, in my opinion. Yeah, he has ceiling. I could see perennial all-star. I don't know if he's going to be an all-NBA talent like a Damian Lillard, Stephen Curry, but I could see him filling the mold. Low key, don't shoot me for it because I love this player of a De'Aaron Fox. And De'Aaron Fox is excuse my language, but he's a damn good point guard. I could definitely see that low key. Not because he necessarily has the speed, but I think he can develop that cerebral aspect of the game. And he also already has more of a smooth jumper than De'Aaron had at the beginning of his career. And he's pretty solid. They have a similar frame as well that I think will benefit him. It just depends on what kind of package offensively he decides to go with, and then how much he improves defensively. Finn, you said summer league is not real. Don't pay attention to what happens there. It's different than real NBA games. Finn, you have a bad rap. You do that so often. I'm not gonna say I can't agree with you not with the not being real part. What I will say is it's better than college, right? But it's not as good as the G League or the official NBA. Now, for rookies, if you play well in the summer league, I expect you to be a contributing factor on a team when you play your first NBA game. Or at the very least, I don't expect you to flame out of the league. Like you're not going to go in the summer league and average, 25, 4, and 6, and then just be out of the league in 3 seasons. That I don't expect that to happen. But just because you average 26, 4 and 6 also doesn't mean that you're going to be a starting caliber point guard as soon as you go into training camp. Because that it's not a one-to-one translation. It is a step above college because a lot more of the guys that you play in summer league are going to be pro players and are either going to play in the NBA or overseas or in the G League, but not everybody is. So it's just a little step up, and then you have like this gap between there and the G League, and above the G League is obviously the NBA. Um, if you have not, please go like the video. Hey man, I appreciate that. I appreciate it. Appreciate it. You're out for the night. I'll see you, Shep. Um, Let me see. He did bowl out in summer league. It's just a small sample size, so I try not to get my hopes too high. He does have hella potential. Yeah, I think he's made a three every game. I think and I can't even remember. The crazy thing is, I recorded my video about him today. Marco, oh, he's 27.5% from three. That might be the only negative. That might be the negative. Okay, yeah, that might be the negative. Finn said Spurs are so lucky to have Wemby. I don't hype him yet. First, we need to see his body handle an NBA game schedule. If he can stay healthy all season, I'll join the hype. He has talent, bro. Wemby's better than I thought he was. I'm not gonna hop on the bandwagon, right? I'm not gonna do that. But watching him play against Kevin Durant, you know, was something. That's all I'm gonna say. It was something, and it was good. I'll worry about the fanboying part over a player, about what Stephen A. Smith said, that just the size and the length on that brother. Oh, don't get me started. You know what I'm saying? I'm not about to hit one of those. And maybe next season, like you said, Finn, maybe next year. But I gotta pump the brakes on and make sure things gotta make sure he checks all the boxes as we go through the schedule. Jordan, is this your first time text messaging in the chat, bro? What's up? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you've definitely been in here and you said something and I just don't remember off the top of my head. Should have gone with marketing on the last play. JC or THT have no business with the ball in their hand during the clutch. This is the thing though. JC did hit that three for the Clippers, and I got to give him the benefit of the doubt off the strength of that alone because he then came down the court and played stellar defense against Kawhi Leonard, which should really never happen. Well, glad to have you in here, Jordan. Go ahead and subscribe, man. We're a family out here. But yeah, ideally you want to live and die by Markkanen shot. He's the heart and soul of this team. If you're gonna give somebody else, considering that Clarkson shot so poorly, I would have Colin Sexton in the game. Maybe people would hate me for saying that, but Colin Sexton thrives in those stressful situations, or John Collins. If you want to draw one up and have John Collins shoot the last three, I can live with that because he was 70% from the field today. Was 3 for 4 from the 3-point line. So I would be comfortable with him missing that shot because I like to think of it as not who can make the shot, but also who, if they miss the shot, will you not be mad that they missed it? Kind of thing. When you put it in that context, it also makes you focus more on certain types of players as opposed to others. Not as well. Jordan, he knocked down 2 clutch threes down the stretch. Would have been nice to see him with the ball instead. We'll see if he keeps up, stays healthy. Yep. Fine. Oh, who said good night? I just missed somebody. No. Tiago. Good night. No. It wasn't Tiago. It was Chase. Oh crap. Good night, Chase. It was fun, y'all. I got working like 6 hours. Good night. Bro, you and me both. High key. I got probably got about 30 minutes left. Low key. Because it's 12:30 over here on the East Coast. But good night, Chase. Taking your home for sure. I thought we won when we hit that go ahead three. Yeah. It was just when I realized we were only at 1 point that really got to me. That was really the rough point in my eyes. Sorry if I'm not commenting. I'm gaming LMAO. I got you in here. Nah, you good, Zach? Yep. You in here with us? Nah, I trust you. Tay, you said 27.5 is about as good as THT. I'm not gonna lie. THT's a little bit better. He's like low 30s. I want to say he's like 32% this year so far. This year he developed a 3-pointer. I'll say that. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. He has been not abysmal from beyond the arc this season. Like he shoots and I'm not like, oh my God, why is he shooting the ball type thing. Um, Zach, you said I've been watching and keeping my eye on Wemby since around 2016. All I can say, this kid is a real deal. I am the biggest Wemby fan. Happy to see he went to Sacramento. Yeah, I think if any team's not going to waste him and knows how to properly scheme and use him, or at the very least can learn how to properly do it, it will definitely be the San Antonio Spurs. And I've seen a lot of his overseas work. I've seen a comfortable amount of his body of work. And the only thing that prevents me from like really getting behind him is because the speed of the NBA and the strain that the back to backs and everything are going to put on his body. Now, if San Antonio takes care of him well and doesn't do him like they ended up doing Kawhi, not only is he going to have a long career, but he's going to end up putting on a showcase that sees him jumping into the top 50 players of all time faster than probably almost anybody, with the exception of like maybe like LeBron. Who else? Who else really jumped in there super fast, like dumb fast? Because Kobe got a late start really to his NBA career. So yeah, really just like almost to LeBron tier, almost. um, you said next two games are Timberwolves and Pacers, both on the road. Related to go 1-1. We can't afford to go 0-2. I agree. I agree. Pacers got their cheeks clapped the other day. I don't know if they'll let us get. I don't know if they'll let us get some of that action. Pause. Timberwolves. That's a winnable game. I don't think they've meshed well enough to go ahead and take that from us. Plus, they're giving up the most fast break points. So if we can create turnovers, we're gonna score. Definitely should go 1-1. I would love for us to go 1-1. Excited for the Pacers game. Loved watching them last year. For sure. THT and Fold stats are very similar. Might be the same story if we trade for him. That would be ironically hilarious. JC turned the ball over at a way high rate this year. Yeah. Matthew, what's up, man? What did you retract? That's kind of why the Magic do it, or maybe get Brogdon. Brogdon would be interesting. The Bucks used to let him run point. Yeah. I've gone on record before saying that I would love to take Lonzo and stash him for the rest of the year. And the next year when he's healthy, run him as the point guard. Or alongside, or as a healthy player alongside Keontae George. Considering the type of point guard he is, you know what I'm saying? That's kind of why the Magic might do it, or maybe give. Yeah. Oh, whoops! I just read that. JC is a real shooting guard. Is amazing. Right now, I feel like he's being forced to play some weird mix of point guard and shooting guard. Yes, he is. He's definitely being requested. He's being asked to be more of a playmaker than he traditionally was, which is helpful but also problematic, because it's helpful in the fact that now people know he's not just going to shoot the ball like Colin Sexton effectively does, with the exception of like last game and a little bit of this game. Like, you're not guaranteed to be like, oh, let me press him because I know he's going to shoot the ball. He might pass it low key. Let me see. Catch me at the game January 1st against the Mavericks, thanks to Jazz Plus. Zach got it like that. Really, every time he shoots outside the paint, I question it unless he's really open. Jazz Plus gives you free game. That's awesome. Hope it's a fun game for you. Thor and Benesis, 38 and 10. 1 steal, 2 blocks, 50% from 3, all against the Suns. I think if he stays healthy, he's going to be generational talent. Yeah, undoubtedly. Yeah. About the John Collins edition. Oh man, I've made like 3 videos. One of my first videos I've ever posted. If you filter my videos on my channel by oldest to newest, one of my first videos was about the John Collins trade, and I think I titled it like "More Than a Salary Dump" because I really liked it. And I've also like gone on further talking about how if he can get back his shooting stroke and his hand has healed properly, then he's going to be a tremendous asset that stands to be very reliable for them. And he's a very important piece to have on your roster because he's interchangeable. You can play him with a lot of people because he has that shooting touch. That On top of the fact that, we're now seeing that his hand is in fact healed and his jumper is in fact there. Case in point, 7 of 10 today, 3 or 4 from the three-point line. He's wetting that thing up, you know what I'm saying? So I love him on this team. I love him on any team really, but specifically this team because they're willing to give him more than just the opportunities to stand in the corner and shoot threes like Atlanta did. That pissed me off so much because it was a waste of talent. It was a waste of his talent. Um, let's see. It's just hard because you got to match salaries and no one else is going to give you better guard with two flowers, THT and Sexton together about Jalen Brunson money. Good luck with that. You make a good point. You do make a good point. I doubt Lonzo will ever play basketball again. Rumors phase done. I don't want to believe it. This is a little it's a little bit of me being biased, I guess, and just knowing what Lonzo brings to the game. And I don't want to have the league lose that so early because LaMelo is a flashy guy, but he's not what Lonzo was. Lonzo was straps on defense and a full court pass to a sprinting center on offense, meaning if I give effort, he's going to reward me. Everybody loves playing with a guy like that, even if you're in pickup. If you play hard on defense and they get a board and you go down the court and you sprint and you find an open gap, nothing would piss you off more than not getting a pass in that moment. And Lonzo's one of the guys that makes sure you get the ball in space and gives you the opportunity to operate. And he also shoots really good from three. So there's that too. But I don't know. Get Lonzo for cheap. I'd imagine that's a good idea. Yeah. It's just a matter of how soon realistically can he be healthy enough to play? And can he be 80% of the Lonzo we know? If we can get 80% of the Lonzo we know, that's enough because we don't expect he was never expected to be like this crazy athlete. So we were never expecting him to have D Rose, prime D Rose type like numbers, if that makes sense. He fits more of not a Ricky Rubio, but like more like a Darren. Do I want to say Darren Williams? I don't want to say Darren Williams, but like he just has more of a pure point guard type skill set, if that makes sense. Off topic, but the new city jerseys are actually sick. The difference was subtle but cool, slightly more black instead of white. I think it's a lot better than the word jazz, the half black and half purple. Yeah, I can agree with you on that one. We do the jerseys are tough. The jerseys are tough, specifically for the Jazz. Not everybody's. Some of them, I thought they were like, I thought somebody was trolling when they posted them on Twitter to show everybody. I was like, there's no way. There's no way. Who put you up to this? Who told you this was funny? This was acceptable. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, this I can live with these jerseys. Game selection wasn't great, but chose Luka and Kyrie over OKC. Chet's probably gonna be hurt by January. OD. But nah, him missing his entire actual rookie year because of a off-season game against LeBron James is crazy to me. Welcome to the league, rookie, right? Will Lowry be a top 15 player this year? He has the ability to. If he can stay healthy and he continues to shoot threes the way he does, it's going to be hard pressed not to because he's giving you a double-double off rip, right? He's giving you a double-double. He's solid on defense. He's not necessarily a shot blocker per se, but he's definitely not just a cone on defense, right? Nobody's just walking him down. He does have a couple mental lapses, but I'm not too irritated with those. But yeah, I could see that. Let me see. New Jersey should be our permanent jersey. It's tough. It's tough. Jordan, you said, bro, I just realized who you are. I was sad I couldn't find your chat. I don't think you went live. I'm just I'm dead. Appreciate it, man. Well, you're here now, man. You're here with us, finally. I've been calling 2026 marketing MVP, so probably yeah, man. Zach, you did say that last live stream. I do recall. So if for some reason he does manage to do that, you got it. I also like your 7 edition. He's massive and can run. He's a scrapper and has range. Yes. You're not just decent hands though. He has nice soft hands. I could make jokes out of that and say he has girl hands, but I'm not going to. But he has the hands. Like in college, I saw him back before he had range. So I saw him when he had soft touch at the rim, but I didn't see him with the great conditioning that he has now, and also that this smooth jumper, right? The smooth release. How old is he? He's in his I'm not gonna go more than like 24, 25. I'll tell you right now. He is 25, yeah. Turns 26 next June. So yeah. He's a year younger than Lowry. So he fits okay, age-wise. Um, Not bad. Marketing can be MVP if he some days plays with point guards like Conley. He needs a good point guard to truly be great. Current Jazz team not providing passes well enough. The new breed of Euro players is interesting. They're bruisers that can shoot like Jokic. Just a bonus breed. It's hard to compare, but you feel. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying, Jordan. For sure, for sure. Three goods and a bad. Marketing is that guy, Keontae, and marketing showing flashes of some chemistry. Blocker Kessler, and then everybody wants to be a hero. Yeah, yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Matthew, our front court is one of the best in the league. Walker Kim back back to his normal self. Yes, I need Walker to be a dog under the rim. If I can get the offensive night that Walker had the previous night, along with the defense he played tonight, 22 points, 11 boards, and 5 blocks. Who's doing that, really? Be real. Who's doing that? Nobody. Exactly. So yeah, that Walker Kessler, easy, easy. Give me that with this John Collins on offense and last night's John Collins on defense. Yeah. And Lowry Markkinen, literally any game this season, even hurt Lowry Markkinen, still shoots above 50% from the field. 9 of 17, 4 of 10 from three. Yeah. Yeah. Give me this front court over anybody. Over AD's glass dead body. His glass shattered body. No questions. You know what I'm saying? Still waiting on another 2020 from Kessler and a triple double with 10 blocks. It'd be nice. It'd be nice. Man, that's AD on crack. How do you feel about Walker shooting threes? He should have tried a few tonight. Yes, he should have tried a few tonight. He's irritating me right now because he's unwilling to. It's okay to miss. We can live with misses. But the only way you get good at doing something is by doing it and failing first, right? Nobody hit their first 200 3-pointers they've ever attempted. Nobody hit their first 5 free throws in a row they've ever attempted. But you shot until you hit them. He's got to be willing to take those shots and miss those shots in games and know that it's okay. If I'm going to lose a game anyways, I want him to get those reps in, right? We're 2-4 now. I want him to go ahead and get those reps in and not be afraid. If I'm telling Keontae George he needs to not be afraid and be okay with missing a long range 3-pointer or being okay with making a bad pass and getting back on defense and trying to get a stop, Walker Kessler needs to, be locked in too. All right. Um, hmm. 2025. That's an all-star appearance for sure. That's what I'm saying, Derek. Tatum, he had like 2 quarters last year with 6 blocks in 1 quarter. I believe it. I believe it. Matthew is not bad. It's too bad our backcourt is the worst. It's bad. It's rough. Kessler 3-point bad. Kessler 3-point look quite good. He should try one a game. Yeah, he needs to be comfortable trying some. Even if he misses, he shot a couple. I think he's worked more into his game as the season progresses. Hopefully. Danny's done a few in a game. He did against the Clippers, 2 of them. Is Sensible still injured or just DMPs? He got assigned to the G League team last I heard. I think actually yesterday he got assigned there. Him along with Taylor Hendricks, I believe. What's up with Ochai? Too many players at his position. Kind of, and Clarkson being the veteran presence that he is, just defaultly gets the minutes. Today, considering how poorly Clarkson ended up shooting from the field and the fact that he wasn't clutch or never didn't get the opportunity to be the clutch one tonight, I think that Ochai should have gotten more minutes from him specifically. I remember the first time he did it last year against the Thunder after the All-Star break. It was so awesome. That's about G League duty. Yup. After D faves and Gobert, feels weird to have Biggs taking threes. Not gonna lie. Yeah. I can understand. I can understand, Derek. Which I wasn't 100% pretty sure he had a minor injury. Oh, okay. Man, you look so tired, Wraith. 12 a.m. I'll be up for a minute. Man, look. I've been up since it's about to be 1 a.m. over here. I've been up I've been up since 6 a.m. So yeah, just 18 hours. 18 hours. Almost 19. Yeah. I am a little tired, I'm not gonna lie. But it was a back-to-back, and I got to stream because I can't stream on Saturday because I got security work. I asked for the day off, but my boss didn't give it to me. So I just have a tournament that I was gonna hoop in that morning, and then I go work security. But gotta get paid, man. Gotta get paid. You know what I'm saying? Jordan, you said Taylor Hendricks is going to be Robert Covington at best or better. I think he could be a little better. I think he has a little bit more versatility in his back than just Robert Covington. But even if he peaks at like the best version of Robert Covington, that's still a very reliable player to have on your team. Derek, you said, man, go to bed, bro. Appreciate the content for Yeah. But it's fun though. Like this is the fun part. Like earlier today when I recorded my Keontae George video, it's a little bit hard to come up with ideas now because I've kind of like talked about like everything. So now it's just like updating things as I go. Because obviously a video that I talk about the expectations of like John Collins at the beginning of the season, that's evergreen. That's gonna last the entire season. But if I say John Collins needed to do da 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 da, and then he doesn't do it, well then I need to make a new video updating either why I don't think he did it or why he needs to like take another step. I need fourth meal and sleep, but it was fun hanging out. I'll keep stopping by. Thanks for staying up. Keep it at this, bro. You're the most sane and sensible jazz content creator. I try to, man. You know, it works hard. I appreciate it. But yeah, man. I mean, you also got to remember, like a bunch of big market teams, they have a lot of people that live there that call themselves content creators and just like talking and throwing their opinions out there. They don't really have very many facts behind what they say. They just say stuff for clicks, which is cool. But you know, those cities they have a lot of those people, which is cool. Utah doesn't have the luxury of having those sorts of people. And when I realized that, because like you guys really picked up on my videos as opposed to like I've made like 4 or 5 videos about the 76ers. None of those videos hit. They weren't bad videos. They were on par with the ones I've made for the Jazz, but they just didn't hit like that. and that was fine. But you know, it just wasn't uh what we were hoping for. It's okay. You know what I'm saying? I just got to do me, be the best person I can be, and go from there. And like the next step for me from this content standpoint is going to be adding more videos to my content. Like I know you guys probably saw some of them in the past where I had like random plays here and there, but I want to do at some point like have the time to do a play breakdown, like or like a breakdown of somebody's specifics game and just like get into the nitty gritty of it. I feel like that would be a cool venture to have. But we got a little bit of time before then, you know. Watch Hoops Nerd go off on the refs. LOL. I already know he's gonna be ticked. Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. I might have to tune into that too. Um, Appreciate you, fan. I agree with Tay and Wraith works really hard. I hope this channel someday is big and do one job. It would be nice. We need a video when we approach the trade line of which PGs you think we could pursue. Oh yeah, yeah, most definitely, most definitely. And y'all already be giving me ideas, so definitely throwing that in. Too spazzy for me, bro. Cool guy and all. Raise my better. Let's see. I feel like I feel like his audience has a lot of more younger people because they like the energetic, the Stephen A. Smith, the rah rah, like shouting your head off kind of people. Because it's just more like it's more their speed. But like once you become an adult and life starts actually hitting, sometimes you want to sit down and stare at a wall. Sometimes you want to sit down and stare at a wall, and sometimes the content creator in the content creator world, you're also more content with just simpler stuff. You don't need all theatrics. You care more about what the person's saying as opposed to like all the smoke and mirrors behind it. If that makes sense. For me, I realized. Um, Hoops nerd, y'all too much, but y'all like it because that's not for me. Yeah, hope you go live often. It's a chill group of fans. Yeah, man, for sure. These guys are all the regulars. Like everybody in here. That's why I be calling everybody by name. Now, every now and then, I'm not gonna lie, I have been prone to forget because this is only like my fourth one. Obviously, didn't just started, but I'm gonna try and go live every Monday through Friday when there is a game. So if they have a back to back and it's like Tuesday, Wednesday, whatever the case may be, I'll be live. If it's a Saturday or Sunday night game, I won't be able to just because I work security third shift. So unfortunately, I'll be watching the game in my car. I thought about doing a live in the car, but I don't know if y'all want me to do it off an iPhone camera. In theory, I could, but wouldn't be the greatest quality. But that would be something I would do just so that we could all chop it up and everything. But like we do the same thing here. Somebody said that Hoops Nerd, when he does his post game lives, he doesn't have his comments on, like he has them turned off. And I actually didn't know that. I never paid attention to that before. Um, John Boy Media style breakdowns of basketball plays, big baseball content channel as it popped off. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. Can't type much because I'm sitting in the dark and can't see the keyboard much. I'm dead. I'll be regular. Appreciate it, Jordan. Looking forward to it, man. His interview with Keontae had me dead. Looked like someone had a gun to his head telling him to do this interview. Nah, I'm not gonna say you're wrong, Derek, because you're definitely not wrong. Oh man. If you did out of 10, but don't overwork yourself. You don't want to. Turns off his comments is so dumb. That's wild. I can hold on. I can find my link. It's in my channel description. Let me go to YouTube real quick in a different tab. I'll drop it in the comment section here. Because I'm gonna get to a point where I'm almost close on watch hours. I think in the next 5 days, especially since I've been doing all my lives, I think in the next couple days, I'm going to actually be able to get like the channel gifts and all the stuff on YouTube, but they take 30% of that. So what I ended up doing was I have tell me if that link went through. He has me buy a basketball. Yeah. Not an actual basketball, but yeah. He self promotes too much with online betting. He sold himself out. He got to at least be putting on y'all on game. Does he tell y'all what the parlay is? For the right to comment on live? That's actually kind of wild. So question, Dan, each time you want to comment, you have to pay like on some like Twitch. Like if you ever seen like a Twitch stream, like you see the comments roll down the screen, but when if you want the voice to read out the comment, you have to pay like $1.99 or $2, whatever the creator sets it at. He just does that, but for each comment, because that's actually low key kind of wild. That's like because that's actually insane if that's the case. Oh, you have to be one of his Patreon people. Okay. How much is his Patreon? Just out of curiosity. I'm not gonna subscribe to it. Um that sounded very pig-headed of me. Partially, I just don't have the money sitting around. I'd rather spend it towards my own equipment. As you can see, I don't really have an actual set for you guys. Does anybody, if anybody watches football, y'all know Brett Collarman? Somebody let me know. Because he breaks down a lot of film and stuff like that, and I just love his ambiance and everything. He's the guy that usually has like a drink and he'll walk you through like how he made it or whatever at the beginning of the video. Then he'll take a sip and then he'll get into the video breakdown. He has like the most chill vibe ever. American football, by the way. Sorry, I had to correct that. But I really wanted like that type of energy. If I can build a set like that, I would be so happy. Because what I ideally do is like I have a couch right here and it's like a wall, and then I have a curtain area right here, obviously. But I would just take like 2 or 3 jerseys, sit them up on the wall, maybe get some yellow light, or maybe get some tints to put on my lights, and just have me in the middle of the couch just chilling, with like a little table with my laptop, and just like give you guys like full view. I don't know if that made sense. I hope it did. I tried to explain that well, a little out of it, but yeah. Let me see. You said no. You just got to be one of his Patreon peeps. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, you can't comment. It's so frustrating. Like I want to chat with others and get more than one perspective. Yeah, yeah. Guarantee your comment gets read. Yeah, you'll have to pay for a super chat. That's wild. Yeah. Um, how do you say? Get it how you live it, I guess. I mean, he's also significantly older than mine. Than mine, than me. I don't know if what he does outside of it. Now, I actually I'm not a hater. I'm not a hater. Let me go in and preface that. But I went on Social Blade and excuse me, not I'm not a hater. I'm not a pocket watcher. But every now and then I'll go on Social Blade and look up different content creators that I find. And most of their finances are allegedly like really, really close, but not entirely. Does anybody know his at off the top of their head? Because I'm not subscribed to him. Um, Hoops. Oh, I found him. Bingo. 9,790 subscribers. Da-da-da. He's doing really good for himself. That being said, oh, he back in 2008. Sir. He okay, so on Social Blade, it like breaks down how much you're typically gonna get. You said, so you're on the East Coast? Yeah. Sorry, I'm new. How long have you been? As long as sound quality is good, only thing that matters is what you say and the people that vibes that join the chat. True, 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 true. Too much on the lights and stuff. Sound quality good. Yeah. I also just want to go for like a homelier thing. Like I don't want it to look like I'm sitting inside of a doctor's office, sitting on the lab table waiting, listening to people. Um, let's see how long you've been following. Well, I've been on the Jazz more specifically just over the past what has it is it 2 months now that I've been doing specifically like jazz content? I honestly couldn't tell you. But, the player that originally, like, got me interested in the Jazz was none other than the Colin Sexton. So when him and Lowry got traded, because I always felt like Lowry was underutilized, or I felt like he wasn't as good as he should have been, and I never understood why until he came to the Jazz, and then he started popping off, and then I really liked that, and I never hated Jordan Clarkson, but he was just kind of always like, "Eh," because he was on the Lakers, and he was in the beginning, he was so cocky to me, but now he's a lot more mature. Like, the his play style is a little bit different, but he's just like it was the air about him before that I didn't really like. And then the culmination of just like all the stories and all the individual pieces that they've added over just these past 2 years really focused me in. And since I was already like kind of just dwelling in that space, and I'm in Charlotte, so the home team is the Hornets. If you know anything about the Hornets, we suck every year. The best year we had was when we ended up getting Al Jefferson, the former Utah Jazz member, and paired him up with Kemba Walker. So outside of that, I never really had anything out here. And then when I would make the videos about the jazz stuff, you guys would actually like a lot of the fan base would actually eat it up. And I realized there's like no real content creators in the space for the Utah Jazz. And I was like, I mean, I already enjoy watching the games and I also enjoy the players. So I'm gonna go ahead and just tunnel right in here. So I've been doing jazz content ever since, man. Don't focus too much. I read that one. I never look up all his prices. Locked On Jazz is my number 2 program, just run by Jazz employees, so certain stuff they can't say. Oh, that is run by actual Jazz employees? I did not know because 'cause I've seen Locked On Suns, I've seen Locked On Heat, I've seen Locked On Jazz, but I always thought it was just, like, either the same group of people that just made a bunch of different channels for different NBA teams, or different people all took the same idea and called theirs Locked On and then whatever team they were talking about, to be honest. I don't know. I hindsight 2020, maybe that was kind of stupid of me, but it made sense at the time. It made sense at the time. Like on Jazz, it's just a guy something about him. The rest were pretty bad. Yeah. Oh, Tyson, what's up, man? You were at the game. You sent me that photo. Yeah, I showed the chat the photo of you being in the bleachers. They got a good laugh out of that, man. David Locke travels with the Jazz. Okay. They usually play like a 30-second clip of him in the arena, says stuff that makes no sense. He's literally the radio play-by-play man also, so that's why. Okay. You plan on sticking with the Jazz and definitely a switch up every few seasons. No, I'm probably gonna sit with the Jazz, to be honest with you. Uh, because it's more so a thing of liking what you do and liking the people that you do it for and with. And so far, Jazz fans have just been the most welcoming fan base and we can have genuine conversations in the comment section. Like with most teams, if they disagree with my take, they're going to say, "You don't watch the games when I do watch the games." Like I literally I'm a numbers guy. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't. Now numbers can be skewed to make certain points, but numbers are never wrong because it's a factually accurate account of whatever event occurred, right? If you tell me you gave somebody 20 points and I look at the game tape and only 6 of those points were scored on them, 6. That's the number, right? So for me, it's just a thing of the Jazz fans appreciate my content the most. I actually enjoy watching the Jazz's team basketball. It's not like I'll sit at the game and I'm just in here like the whole time like a dead fish. You know, I enjoy watching the games and everything. So I'm probably going to be here ideally to stay. Now, I might people have been telling me to like branch out and do like little stories about other teams here and there, but they don't get that many views and most people don't appreciate them yet. So maybe when I get up to like that when I hit 1,000 subs, I might do a couple extra videos here and there for other teams, but the Jazz are always going to be my main centerpiece team because this is where I started from, and I'm always going to appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? Let's become minimap. Harping dude was historically bad at announcing. I like the regular announcers at the halftime guys. Okay, okay, okay. Dang, I feel bad, bro. Something ironic because I have a LaMelo jersey. Tyson, that is hilarious. You guys have betray word transfer from state word to yo. Gordon Hayward is suffering. I know he is right now. Yeah, Locked On Jazz is the play-by-play radio guy employed by the Jazz. That is very convenient to control the media like that. Oh, well, it makes sense. If y'all wait for a second interview of the post-game interview, it's David Locke. Okay. Wraith and Jazz Nation forever. Hey, man. I'll be around as long as I can. Collins' defense, he got. Oh, Sam, wait. Sam, have you ever commented before? I recognize your name, but I don't recognize your photo. I don't remember you having an S. Talk to me, Sam. But to answer your question, John Collins got exposed bad. Like it was like it was surprising to me how he was getting exposed by Paolo. He was getting caught out of position too many times. He finished the game with 5 fouls. It was bad. On my thread, there we go. There we go. Yep. Okay. Yeah. There we go. There we go. There we go. Yep. I knew I recognized your name. I was like, it is in his all caps. That was really got me. But the thing is, to me, John Collins isn't a bad defender, but he's also not a great defender. He's not exactly like a rim protector type of guy, but he has the length and he moves his feet on the perimeter, and he has the size to do things. So I'm just watching him getting done up by Paolo at each play, each time Paolo has the ball, he feels comfortable saying, I can take you and put you under the basket. That rubs me the wrong way, and it rubbed me the wrong way the entire game. But, it is what it is. Hopefully he learns from this experience and it doesn't happen again, but it's kind of possible. It's kind of possible. Do I have an Instagram? Yeah, if you go to my channel page and go to like what is it? The information tab? Is that what it's called? Whatever the last tab is, I have all my links. I have a Twitter, I have Instagram, obviously I have my YouTube. But yeah. Yeah, for sure, for sure, for sure. On Instagram though, I switched my username. It used to be Wraith Hoops, but I switched it to just the Cole Wraith. If you look me up on IG. On Twitter, it's TFS Wraith. Because that was the original name that I went by when I first like started doing any sort of content. Yes, sir. Hope you come in a good time. We get a chip soon. It's been a rough ride as a Jazz fan. So I'm sure you understand. Oh yeah, Derek. The times I've lied to myself and told myself that the Hornets were a playoff team, and they haven't been a playoff team. Yeah, I feel you. I feel your pain. I'm not gonna lie, I appreciate all the videos, even about the other teams. I appreciate that, Tayden. Yes, sir. Utah doesn't get any notice. It's always for the wrong attention. Just love your content now. I appreciate that. I'm gonna keep doing it as best as I can. As best as I can. Hardy should be in the hot seat for sending JC and Olynyk out there for the last defensive play. Of course, Paolo went right to the basket with little contest. It was ugly. Tyler, this is your first time. Tyler, this is your first comment, isn't it? Am I wrong? Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think I've seen you comment before, bro. Hey. If you haven't, I'm just having a slow moment. I apologize. I'm tired. Let's see. On your thread, yes. Oh, you saw it? Nice. Okay. They need to make it so you can challenge infinite number of times until you're wrong. I don't care how many games take. The one thing is, I do like that they added the challenge element, though. It makes the game a little bit more interesting. Like, that's one of the more sneaky, like, low-key things that people aren't appreciating, but it does make the game more interesting. Because, like, the NFL, they have that. They've had that forever. And, like, other sports have it. But the NBA never had it. So us having it now, it just makes games a little bit more interesting. And it's like you can really get hyped to things. And the refs have also been pretty fair. I haven't seen like something crazy where they just overturned a call, and I'm like, bro, why would you overturn that? There's not enough evidence. Like, it's been pretty even keeled. Yeah, for real, man. Tired of hearing we racist and disrespectful Jazz fans don't exactly have the best reputation, sadly. But it's not true for 99%. I mean, you kind of expect that there's going to be a certain level of racism in an area that doesn't have to deal with like mixed races. So that doesn't surprise me really at all. But it's kind of like when people are like, oh my God, how could they say that? And I'm like, bro, if you've never been to like SeaWorld or some aquarium, you're going to act a certain sort of way when you see a certain type of fish because you've never seen it before in your life or you're just not around it that often, right? Same kind of thing with people. If you've never seen a certain type of people, or if you've never seen people act a certain way, when they do, it's going to catch you off guard, and they're going to say certain things that that person might not like, but that's just your genuine reaction. Some people are just like that, some people aren't. But that's not indicative of everybody, right? It's the same thing with the whole, not to get into it, but like the issue with that people have with police. Are some police bad? Yes, but are all police bad? No. Just like, are all firefighters capable of carrying you out of a building that's on fire? No. But enough of them do it to the point where people are like, "Oh my god, firefighters are so awesome." Da, da, da. They have this great connotation towards them because they're incapable of doing wrongs. You know what I'm saying? That's enough of that though. I don't want to get too deep in it. Um THT should have been on Paulo for the last play. THT on Paulo, I don't know if I want that. Now, I feel like Olynyk, low key, maybe I'm crazy, but Olynyk tends to do pretty well against driving bigs that are going in a downhill motion. So I think he low key might have been a good choice right there, or even Lowry to be real with you, because always keeps his body wide. Um, Obviously Walker would have been ideal though, but let's see. I only have a Facebook group, 1,100 minutes members. Dang. You're popular, Jordan. Okay. I've never had a Facebook before. When I was a kid, my mother wouldn't let me have one. And the one time she accused me of having one and I didn't have one. So I never ended up making one. um, any trade suggestions to get rid of Clarkson and THT? Right now, I don't have anything cooked up. Like we talked about getting another point guard on the roster, but you'd obviously have to give up two guards. So now you suggesting Clarkson along with it for like a Tyus Jones type of player. You don't need anything crazy. You just need like a pure distributor of the basketball. Somebody that's okay scoring, right? You don't need them to score though. You need them to want to pass the ball. Like that's their bread and butter. You give me the rock, I'm about to give it right back to you kind of player. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, pass his full court. That's why I said Lonzo, because I love watching Lonzo play. And I think on a team that has the energy, the effort, the intensity that this particular Utah Jazz roster has, imagine you get a stop on defense. Lonzo Ball grabs the board and he looks down the court and he sees John Collins streaking down the court and he beams that ball down the court. You think John Collins not about to hit the craziest windmill you ever seen in your life? You got to be out of your mind because he going to do it. He's going to do it. You might even catch Walker Kessler or Lowry doing it. But like that, I feel like players like that would fit the mold. But there's just not that many in the league these days. And that's the biggest thing. He said, yes, Taylor, me and my buddy, I was watching, said the same. We won all the challenges. However, we cut off, so arbitrary. I think I missed something. Let's see. Tayton said, it's frustrating when you win 2 challenges, get punched essentially for the right being right. Yeah. Yeah. Even baseball let you keep it if you're right. Yeah, that's just one of those things where like if you're right, you should be able, because clearly you know what you're doing, right? So you should have the opportunity to continually use it. What happened to the Kessler lobs last season? He would get 2 to 3 a game. They just haven't really did it as often. That's why I like seeing Chris Dunn play, because Chris Dunn is very liable to throw a lob to anybody. He threw a lob last game to Keontae George. So I mean, he'll throw a lob to just about anybody, and it'll be accurate too. Let's see. He missed all his lobs today. He missed a lot. He missed a couple catches today, but it was more so the fact that he was missing his shots. Like he would land and then jump again and miss the layup. And that was the worst part. That was the worst part. Third perimeter. Derek Moncrief. Yeah. Yeah. I was sick to my stomach. I'm not gonna lie. Jordan, Jazz focus ought to be veteran point guard to give KG3 the opportunity. Like Tyus Jones edition would be great, or his prototype. Yeah, yeah. Tyus would be great. Kessler missed some easy ones. He did 3 out of his 4 for sure, because I didn't see the 4th miss that he had, but I watched the 3 of them all in short time, and yeah, definitely could be better. 100%. In the world? Somebody bought me a basketball. Who bought me a basketball? Derek, was this you? Did you buy me a basketball? Chris Dunlop's go hard. I'd say he's the most polished facilitator. Yeah, for sure. He's the most poised and the most controlled on any particular uh any particular setting, honestly. He makes good decisions. You did? Oh, I appreciate it, Derek. Because on my thing it says so Tatum was the first one to buy me one. Shout out Tatum. You're in here, so you can say that. Tatum bought me one, and then Lee bought 5, bro. When Lee brought 5, I was over the moon, but I couldn't show it. I just got a little geeked afterwards. And then this time it just says someone bought you a basketball. So I was like, someone? Who is someone? You know what I'm saying? But yes, sir. I appreciate that. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Yes, sir. Makes me happy. Makes me smile. You know what I'm saying? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Derek. Thank you. Lee is the MVP. Lee be doing some stuff, man. And he's a father. All the time. 25-8. Matthew, you said thoughts on Simmons? Has he been particularly bad this season? Because I made my one video about him. It didn't really go that hard. Like, it didn't get that many views. But I thought that this was going to be his resurgence year. I thought this was genuinely like one of his years and the only opportunities he has to like really step it up. Looking at his numbers right now, 7.2 points a game, 10 rebounds a game, and 7.5 assists. So, and 1.2 blocks a game. So he's okay. You know what I'm saying? But for somebody playing 30 minutes, I need him to average double figures. I thought he was going to average 14, like 14, 8, and 8. I think my actual prediction was. But he just needs to be a little bit better on offense. The worst part about the game for me was the drive home. I can imagine. Wemby having 38 and beating the Suns twice in a row. Wait, he did it again? They played back to back? No way. No shot. No. No shot, bro. No shot. And D-Book played? That's wild. That's actually that's disgusting. If I'm the Phoenix Suns and I'm Kevin Durant, I'm punching the air right now. No way. No way, bro. That's crazy. D-Book had 31 and 13 assists. KD had 28 and 6 boards. Josh Cody gave him nothing. Goodness. Derek, you still can't believe Simmons won Rookie of the Year over Mitchell, but we're over it. I mean, yeah, technically he was eligible, so gotta let him have it. Technically. D-Book was healthy too. That's insane. Suns seem to have a problem, but it's a long season. Suns may be good in the playoffs. Yeah. Yeah. The thing about the Suns is I actually had a decent amount of Suns fans on the channel. Like alongside Jazz fans, I had the first video of mine that blew up was my Bol turning into Kevin Durant video. But I only got 21 subscribers or 11 subscribers that were Suns fans from that video, even though the video to date has like 7,900 views. Then I have my Jazz video about the rebuild, and then I had a video about the Toronto Raptors. So those 3 fan bases are the ones that have, like, more than probably 15 subscribers on my channel for sure, like, that I know. But every time I post something about the Suns, if I criticize them at all of a sudden, I don't know basketball. And I told them injuries might be a problem for them, playmaking is gonna be a problem, and then defense is gonna be a problem. And I was like, shout out to them. They got Yusuf Nurkic, who helps it with the playmaking problem, and they now have depth, so depth isn't a problem. They still gonna be a bad defensive team, and they still need to be better playmakers. So what I said stands, and everybody didn't like when I said it. But here we are seeing them play against the San Antonio Spurs, giving them that work. Shout out word to Victor. You know what I'm saying? Um, JC and Kelly for D'Lo. I don't know how much I like D'Lo right now. That's the only thing. Cause like D'Lo seems to always be great in the regular season at times. Now somebody that low key would have been nice to have, Dennis Schroeder. Maybe I'm crazy for saying that. Let me know. But I feel like Dennis Schroeder, his demeanor and the way he plays the game would have been nice to have on this team over a D'Lo type player. Not as much as like a Tyus Jones or Alonzo, but more than a D'Lo, I would say. Who are some point guards like Tyus Jones comparison? That's the thing. There aren't that many. Bad trade can't give them Sexton and THT. Call me crazy, but I like it. Dinwiddie's a good one. That's a good one. If the best version of him, yes, 100%. The best version of him for sure. No question in my mind. I hate tanking, and there's a pro tank group of fans out there. I've been watching all these ugly games, and I can't wait for these W's to pile up. Yeah. Yeah. He's a world champion. Yes, sir. Plus, Dennis Schroeder's a very not selfish player. He's consistent. He does things the same way every time he plays, and you can appreciate that about the guy. I understand why people want to tank and they're like, "Oh, we're a couple games into the season. We've had a fair share of blowouts." And there's gonna be people that are gonna be like, "Oh, we just lost to the Magic. We're not ready yet." And it's like, okay, fair, fair. But you're not gonna get ready by playing to lose. Play to win every game, and then come trade deadline time, if things just aren't shaking out, then you make a decision. Then you go to it from there. But outside of that, there's no like necessity. Derek White is like Tyus. Yeah. Herb. Ooh, that's a good call. That's a really good call. But yeah, that's definitely one of the more interesting ones that I've heard. But I could definitely see it. DeJounte Murray too, but his price would be too high. If DeJounte Murray's price wasn't too high, he seems to be a little bit cocky at times. I don't know how cocky he is, like long term, or like in a setting where he is with his teammates. Because like watching his summer workout videos be hilarious when he just goes to courts and just like straight up disrespects people. But yeah, I agree with you, Derek. His the ask for him would be too high, and then his contract is just actually insane. For us, it's too much. Like we got JC at a bargain at the time. Problem to trade point guard is who can take THT and Sex and Jazz, can't give up JC and Kelly Olynyk. Yeah, yeah. John Collins, I have to keep. I have to keep him. Kelly Olynyk right now, I also have to keep because I don't have somebody to replace the playmaking ability and shooting that he has. Right? Good place to build a character. Nothing like mountains in time. True. There's not a lot of distractions out there. There's not. Either you get better or you're just trash. That's the moral of the story. Tyrese Halliburton. Somebody asked me about that. I would love to get him, but I don't think that he would come very cheaply. That's the only thing. But I could see it. High level defense. He's better defender than Collins. Better. You think he's a better post defender? Tyler, that's kind of crazy. That's kind of crazy. THT is a very good ISO defender. The thing that kills me and why I rag on him a lot is because of his zone defense, and it showed today, and it pissed me off because it put Lowry, who the play that was in question happened after Lowry had taken his scary fall, and he overhelped too far to the middle to the man in the high post and had to recover late to his man, but he didn't recover. He expected Lowry to. So Lowry recovers out from the corner where Lowry was on his man to slide up to the wing, and the guy on the wing, once Lowry got there, kick it to the corner and they hit a corner three. And I was like, you can't put Lowry in that position, particularly considering the injury that we don't know what it is yet. Hopefully, we're just hoping he's hurt and he's sore, but he might be injured and we just don't know for real. If that makes sense. Um, Harrison Barnes, valuable veteran, but I don't think we could get him. I think that the Kings really like what they're building over there. They're going to keep him. Have a ton of picks. We can afford it. True. True, 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 true. Honestly, crazy. He's 31. He feels like he's been around forever. Who's 31? Harrison Barnes? He's only 31? No shot. That means during the dynasty, he had to have been like a rookie. Oh, Halliburton. Huh. No, you said Harrison Barnes is only 31. That's insane. That means in 2016, that was 8 years ago. He was really 23 back then? Bro looked like 28. Goodness. That's wild. Let's see. He keeps guys out and at times just contests well with his 7'4" wingspan. Kelly Olynyk is actually playing all right this year with his different role. Yeah, he's playing really great in his position, like a lot better than I thought he would. It's easy to say who we want in a PG position, but it's hard to make a trade for those guys. Must give stuff to trade to a good team point and become the Jazz. Yeah, true. His mind does wander and he stands around a little too much. Fair. But THT has a kind of power that only elites have, in my opinion. It's a very interesting take, Tyler. It's a very interesting take. I never heard that one before. That does warrant thought. I'm actually gonna have to like pay attention a lot harder in the upcoming games to just both of them, actually. Specifically Collins, though. Because maybe he's been getting bullied by bigs this entire time, and I just haven't recognized it because it doesn't happen back to back on plays. Sad thing is Tyus is but the Wizards don't want THT or Sexton. Now, you never know. The Wizards are the team where just people just go there to get their numbers up and then get traded somewhere else and get paid. Nothing wrong with that, but that's just their thing specifically. Let's see. Hard to make deals when the Jazz only want to fleece teams. Hey, I mean, it's worked so far. Finn, you said go to sleep. You can see it in my face, can't you? I know you can. First quarter, THT beat Franz Wagner. Yeah. 1-on-1, then powered through John and Isaac. Yeah. For a bully finish at the rim. That's why I said like THT wasn't great in the last 2 minutes of the game, but today was definitely one of his better games. Specifically this year, this is a top 2 game for him. I might lean more towards last game just because of obviously the outcome and just how what his role was in it. But today's game, he was not bad. He was 7 for 14 from the field. So he took his most field goals this season so far and had a high percentage on them. So not very easy to replace that. Plus, I believe it was like an 8-2 turnover and assist to turnover ratio. So 4-1 really. What about Fred VanVleet or nah? Nah. I saw Fred last year on the Toronto Raptors, and it looked like he was chasing his bag, and his efficiency fell because of it, and they weren't sharing the rock as much as they should have in the way. Like he had a lot of assists, but it was kind of like when somebody has like averages like 2.3 steals a game, but they're not actually a good on-ball defender. They just play passing lanes well, or they kind of get lucky. How old Seth Curry? He'd be nice pickup. Low 33? Dang. That would be interesting though. That would be interesting. Seth Curry never really got his shot to be a starter. Tate, you're going to bed? Good night, man. Hey, I'm about to be right behind you. Finn keeps telling me to go to sleep. And it is. It's 1:30 in the morning over this way. So I might, yeah. You said his pass to the corner set up Lowry's 3 to go up. One was huge. Yes, that was. That was. Clarkson is sinking the starters plus minus, and THT is going to get blamed, I'm sure. You are correct with that. Today specifically, we're going to see THT get blamed simply because he missed the shot, but people are going to ignore the fact that he made the pass to give them the opportunity to be in the lead for the first time since the second quarter when they had their initial blunder. And we're going to go ahead and sweep under the rug. Jordan Clarkson missing 15 shots and going 5 for 20 because he had 21 points. You know? What else we have? THT has made strides this year, but he always pisses me off. He's an interesting build. He definitely is. I realize he's a lot bigger in the midsection than I thought he was. I don't know why I thought he was just long. Like, I thought he was just long and like muscular, but like he's actually like weirdly Lego character buildish, if that makes sense. Yeah, I got to get up in 6 hours. I have to get up in 5. I just made it sound like that was an accomplishment. It's not an accomplishment. Get some rest, Tayan. Get some rest, please. THT is 3 years younger than Sexton. THT is 21? Sexton is 24. You're telling me THT is 21? What the No shot. No shot. You're trolling right now. You have to be trolling. Like, you actually have to be. There's no way. He is 22. That kind of changes the way I look at him a little bit. But for some reason, I can't look at him the same way I look at Keontae. Is that crazy? I hope not. I don't think that's crazy. Tyler said Hardy putting Olynyk and JC instead of Kessler and Yurt. If Kessler is hurt or something, or Dunn is mad, and Dunn is so maddening. Yeah, I would agree with that. I'd much rather have gone with a defensive lineup like that. Jaden Ivey's another one I'd like to see. I've heard rumors of the Pistons trying to move him. That'll be interesting. THT is strong. Yeah, for the last play, Yurt did really good when he was in. Yup. 22 young. Yup. THT hairline says he's 43. That's the thing that makes him look so old. And like the way he talks and maneuvers himself, he has the build of a shooting coach almost. Like, he looks like he used to be an athlete back in the day, but now he just trains people for a living. Like, that's the way he looks in his jersey. Which is why just like seeing him be 22, he's younger than me. That's wild. That's crazy. He got drafted at 18. Okay, that's probably part of the reason why then. Stocky guy trying to be lanky. Wait till he's a grown man and can handle his own body. Oh, that's totally different scenarios. THT was drafted super young, fam. He had to have, because I was like, bro, I feel like he's been in the league for a minute. THT is an interesting life story. He's from South Side of Chicago. He's tough as nails, good character guy. Interesting. Keontae is like a polished prospect with flash. THT is trying to figure out his uniqueness. I could see that. I could see that. And Christian, you said he got a dad bod. That's what I was looking at. Build of a shooting coach. Was that crazy? Was that crazy to say? Anyone else like year 7? Oh yeah, I've liked him since back when he was at NC State. I'll say that. Back when he used to have 2 left feet, I still liked him. Man, look, who you telling? because they had that was back when they had Dennis Smith Jr. Yep, DSJ. Um, THT looking like Boris Diaw years later. Yeah, low key. According to Wikipedia, he's 22, but he turns 23 November 25th. He was born on November 25th. Huh. Interesting. Fair enough. Okay, so he's a few months he's just a few months younger than me then. Still crazy. Still crazy. Still doesn't change the fact that he feels it feels like he's like 26. Just like it doesn't feel like Jordan Clarkson should be 31. It feels like Jordan Clarkson's like 28, 27. But it's like he's been through so many progressions in his life that I just didn't occur to me. Genuinely. But it's okay though. He said he also got to get that nasty Lakers stank off his place now. Stand around ball watching carried over from the LeBron system. And he ain't been here forever. LeBron. Yo, nothing kills me as much as how they unearthed that tweet of the one guy talking about LeBron finally turned 30. Thank God this crap isn't gonna keep going on forever. Thank God this crap's almost over. And here we are almost a decade later. And he's doing the same thing every game, bro. That's the funniest part. That is the funniest part. Because like imagine he genuinely believed that when he sent that tweet, he genuinely believed like finally he was wrong. Finally nothing. Man, look. THT is so big and strong. Plus, the receding hairline makes him look a lot older. Looks like he's at least 30. Yeah. Locked on Jazz guy said THT is 40% on catch and shoot threes dating back to last season. The last 25 games of last season. I'm willing to buy that actually. I am. Yeah. He does shoot better on the catch than he does off the dribble. That's for sure. Which is why when he hit one of them, I think like 3 games ago. He hit one off the dribble, and in my head when he shot the ball, I'm like, bro, why did you just shoot that? And then went in. I was like, all right, never mind. Let me stop talking. THT gets the Clarkson buy-in from the Jazz. He'll pay off, in my opinion. He's a Jazz guy. I'm willing to bite. I'm willing to bite. People saying we shouldn't start Kessler anymore. I'm still going Kessler. Kessler is going to have to prove to me that he doesn't deserve his spot before I give it up. Before I give up on him, right? That being said, Yurt 7 was tantalizing today. He put on a show today, right? He did his job very effectively. So if anything, Yurt 7 said he deserves minutes, and he did it in only 8 minutes, 6 minutes or 8 minutes. So he's gonna get the benefit of the doubt regardless. Regardless, you know what I'm saying? But that's okay. Kessler, Collins, and Markland combo don't work that well. Only 2 of them in the same court would be a lot better. The thing is, if Lowry was a playmaker, it would work, but it doesn't because none of the 3 of them have that playmaking sense, which is what makes Olynyk so important because Olynyk has the playmaking. So Olynyk, you can sub out Lowry and put Olynyk in there and it works. You can sub out Collins and put Olynyk in there and it works. You can sub out, most importantly, Walker Kessler and put Olynyk in there and it still works. And that's something that because he has that playmaking effect and he can have that shooter. What we need a point guard. We need to give Chris Dunn a shot. Because if Chris Dunn is capable of doing it, I genuinely believe that. So they're gonna have to play him and him be Cheeks. If he's Cheeks for 3 games, I'll shut up. You won't hear me say anything about Chris Dunn ever again. I'll make one video talking about how he failed my expectations, and that'll be the last time I talk about him. But I genuinely believe in Chris Dunn's ability to do it, at the very least, until Keontae George is ready to take over. Because if you take the best things that Chris Dunn does well, right? He's patient. He's a smart passer. He gets the ball to people in a timely manner. He's an elite defender, and he knows he's not a great he's not a terrific 3-point shooter, so he doesn't shot chuck, right? So shot selection. If you take those things and you add them to Keontae George, easy, easy. One of the greater ones. Only has control dribble into mid host vanilla shoes. The thing is, that's the thing that makes him such a great more of a pure point guard though, because his offensive bag for his own shot is not that deep. So he's not looking to get himself a bucket as much as Colin Sexton or Jordan Clarkson or even THT, right? Because he's looking for somebody to bail him out and make him look good by hitting their shots. So he's gonna find a way to get somebody to get a little dump off, to get a lob up, to get a quick skip pass across the court to the wing or the opposite wing of the corner. You know what I'm saying? Um, the game Joey didn't care about the fans. It was kind of him. I mean, yeah, but that's to be expected. He's moved on in his life. Layup practice, he missed them all. Yeah, that's why I said his shooting has been like really bad lately, and I don't know why. This preseason had me thinking Chris Dunn was him for sure. I think it's easier stretch it coming up, allow him to get back into the rhythm. I just think he needs minutes because like the thing that made him look good last season was the fact that he was starting because we shut down all the starters. So he had the time to go against other people's ones on his own for like 25 to 30 minutes a night. Now he's playing spot minutes and playing like no more than 15 and sometimes as low as I think today he played like 8, you know. So there's not a lot of continuity in there and he just has to kind of get it where he can find it. And he can't really find it right now. That's the problem. I think Kessler had more room when Kelly Olynyk was in a lineup. He's probably adjusting to Collins too. Yeah, yeah, for sure. It's by making his matchup specific. Explain that a little more for me, Tyler. Explain that a little more for me. What you mean by matchup specific? Let's see. Chris Dunn moves like old Joe Johnson when we signed him back in the day. Patient and methodical with a shot. True. I love ISO Joe. Yeah. True. See what you're saying. He needs for time for sure. More time. Yeah. I think Dunn needs a non-guaranteed contract. Well, he was non-guaranteed, but it's not hard to guarantee somebody $3 million. Not even. I think he gets paid 2.3 this year. I think. I want to say. Yeah, because he got paid $700,000 last season at the end of the year. So I think he gets paid 2.3 this year. So he gets paid dirt. You're paying the man dirt. So it's worthwhile to just like Dunn cannot do anything against a defender. I don't know. I don't know. I don't see it that way yet. Also because I'm going off of the sample size of games from last season more so than just this year. But that's also why I say I want to see him. I want to see him get a genuine like you give me 3 straight games of 25, like 22 to 31-ish minutes a night, 3 games of that. If he's cheeks through all 3 games, regardless of the teams, we could play the Suns, the Nuggets, and the Lakers. I don't care. If we play those 3 games and all 3 games he's bad, then I'm not going to say anything else about him because there's nothing for me to defend. Because when he's given the opportunity, I feel like if he's put in a position to succeed, he will succeed because he feels like there's no other way for him specifically, and he likes to play basketball. But if he manages not to, then I just got to shrug my shoulders at it and be like, he's just not that guy. You know what I'm saying? But I respect what you're trying to say. Yeah, for sure. Gonna go ahead and bed. Christian, I'm about to be right behind you. I said that I said that to the last friend. I'm just finished my homework. Nice listening to y'all. See y'all later. See you next time, buddy. Dunn is worth that money. It's okay for him. Yeah, that's actually a bargain for Chris Dunn, if we're being honest. Needs to be in the threat of being cut to have fire to hit shots, in my opinion. he needs to feel like he's playing to feed his imaginary wife and kids. I don't even know if he has wife and kids, like as though he's gonna have to go home and tell his wife that his job's on the line again. Yeah. But that's also why he succeeds in the clutch, though, I think part of it. I respectfully disagree. He's got the most potential I've seen in a 29-year-old. Yeah, I think those are perfect for situational plug and play basketball. I can see that. I can see that. Seasons 2.5. Okay, yeah, we're playing more. I wish a combo like Dunn and Keontae on the court at the same time. Dunn and Keontae is nice. Dudes run faster when they're being chased. You're not wrong about that. Yep. But yeah, real quick, any more points? If not, I'm gonna go ahead, shut this thing down, and hit the hay. Because boy, it's been fun though. It's been fun. I mean, the game wasn't, the game didn't go the way we wanted it to. We were hoping it would, but couldn't get that lucky, unfortunately. Had to go. No, it was nice to be part of this today. I'm sure the season here, many people. It's different now. Good night, folks. Night, Finn. Night, Derek. Night, Tyler. Bro, why did you wait so long to hop in the chat and tell us you were here, man? But night. I'll see y'all. Oh, I gotta do my signature, man. Thanks for tuning into another live stream, y'all. It's been fun. We did this one for longer than last time, 3.5 hours. Always good. Always good to get a good chat in with the guys. Just share opinions and see where we feel like the team's sitting. With that being said, good morning, good evening, good night, no matter where you are on the globe watching. Thanks for tuning into this video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace. Best part of the night, boys. Best part of the night. Yeah, that is a wild story, Jordan. I'll catch y'all.